landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're watching this, know that you are my Valentine, and thus you are not alone. You are, in fact, Clawsome. It is Friday, February 14th. This shouldn't be a surprise from the Valentine's Day introduction. We're gathered here today to play some Wallace and Gromit in Muzzled. It's the third installment of Telltale Games', I think it's called The Grand Adventures of Wallace and Gromit. I'm not going to open that window. I just don't trust anything right now. It'll cost something to explode. It shouldn't be an issue, but it should. I believe the stream title and category are correct this week, as opposed to last week where I got 1 out of 2, which I guess ain't bad. So we're not streaming tomorrow, as I mentioned last week, because I am celebrating somewhat belatedly the birthday of a close friend of mine. And it will most likely overlap some amount of the stream, and just like not having like a definite start time to when I'd be able to do something. Like, it just seems a little sloppy. We're just gonna focus on maintaining friendships, something I'm bad at, and is like a soft New Year's resolution for me. I don't really believe much in New Year's resolutions, because I feel like you should just try to do better always. But in the wake of last year's move, I feel like my focus on many like short-term problems sort of put conscious and unconscious strain on relationships that I already don't maintain as effectively as I should. So that is the thing I'm trying to do better on now that it is a different year. This is a preface to say that I would like to touch on 2 things. Do you want the fun one first or the serious one first? I'll let you choose, the 2 of you who are here presently. Hello, Jakey and Demolition. Well, I got serious and dealer's choice. So let's go with serious. My emotional state this week has me really reflecting. I don't know how familiar you all are with The Twilight Zone, the original one by Rod Serling way back in the day, the black and white times. But I can't help but constantly be reminded of a particular episode that I will describe to you now. It's called It's a Good Life. And the premise of it is this. Rod Serling, as the narrator, introduces like a small like farming community, just like a cast of eclectic characters. And he starts alluding to the fact that like they're all sort of under the thumb of a monster, some like looming figure that like sort of consumes their waking thoughts all the time. And it doesn't go into detail right away. And then they introduce the last of the characters, a little boy, who he then intimates is the monster. And as the episode goes on, you see how this boy has like basically unlimited psychic powers. He can like manipulate matter, like change the shape of things, create and destroy, can alter the weather with a thought, read minds. He can do basically whatever he wants, but he is a child, and so with that he has, you know, not a lot of impulse control, and like hasn't really mastered his emotions. And like as the episode goes on, you see how it really does warp the entire community. Everyone who has to live with the consequences of being, you know, under the scrutiny of this monster. Like they just walk on eggshells all the time. It's all fake smiles and pretending to be happy because he doesn't like it if you think bad thoughts. And there are punishments for those things. And so it gets to the point where they're celebrating the birthday, somewhat ironically, of someone in their community. And, you know, one of the things that they sort of establish over time is that this child has sort of isolated this community from the outside world. So it's WandaVision. It's WandaVision-esque, certainly. And so like there are certain things that are in short supply because like you just can't get anywhere. They they don't go into great detail, but like you can't get anywhere from here. You're here now in this place. And so like for this guy's birthday, his wife manages to find a record. I believe it's a Perry Como record, and he's really excited about it. And everyone, he's like, "Oh man, like this is such a great gift. Why don't we put this record on?" And everyone's like, "No, we're not doing that." You see, because the boy, he doesn't like singing, so we're not gonna do that because he will not like it. And he's like, "No, like it's fine. We'll just play the very start of it before there's any saying, just the sort of like introduction. It'd just be really nice to hear some music. It's hard to find like anything, because we live in this bubble town." And he sort of presses his luck and just like squares off with the monster, and he's like, "Isn't anyone gonna do anything? Like, we can't live like this." And he gets to the point that he starts like shouting at the kid and like really provoking him. And like as the boy's like anger starts to simmer and he's like contemplating like what the consequences are gonna be for this guy, he like turns to all the people in this town and he's like, "Come on, like I'm distracting him. Someone just like hit him over the head with a bottle or a lamp or something. Do something. This is our chance." And no one does. And then he gets, as was established earlier in the episode, sent away to the cornfield. This is the ultimate punishment. It seems to be some sort of limbo from which there is no return. It's 2025. If I need to explain to you the context of why I'm telling you this story, then I'm not sure that the story will help you, but I just keep thinking about it. It just, the line read of like, "Somebody do something," just, it's echoing in my head all the time. Children of the Corn. No, like Children of the Corn, I've never seen Children of the Corn, but I think the thing about Children of the Corn is sort of like, isn't it like an alien influence and like creatures taking the guise of children come out of the corn and do weird horror stuff? This is more like horrible psychic child and the banishment zone. But as was requested, now let's talk about the quirky news of the week. So earlier this week, I think it was Monday. I think this started on Monday. There's like one morning where like late in the morning, all of a sudden I started hearing like a strange noise outside my house. I would imitate it something as like, which was like not as helpful or indicative as I would think it would be. And like I keep hearing it like on and off. No, it's not cats. There's like 17 outdoor cats. I know what most of the cat emotions sound like at this point. In fact, I haven't mentioned this on stream, but a few weeks ago there was an incident where like a cat who isn't one of the normal 17 outdoor cats like had a weird standoff with the cats, like literally like on my doorstep. They were like right outside my front door and they went like face to face and just like meowed at each other. It was a weird like posturing ritual I've never heard of a cat doing, but I'm sure it's pretty normal. I just hadn't seen it and it was weird. But that's not what this was. So like I hear that noise for a little while and it's like the thing is, like, I have a little desk set up in my bedroom. That's where I do most of my work for my day job. And it sounds like really close. And I'm just like, I look out both of the windows that are in that room and I can't see anything. And then like some time passes and I check again. And it seems like what happened is the source of this noise was just hiding in the blind spot between the two windows. So I couldn't see it for a while until it wandered out. It turns out that the source of the noise was a stray rooster, which is also a thing I don't really hear much about. I don't know where it came from. It appeared to have, like, not exactly like a tag, but like a little band of some kind wrapped around one of its feet that really made me think that was some sort of like identifier, like it was a pet or a farm animal or something, something along those lines. And so it spent like much of the late morning into the early afternoon of Monday just like wandering around my backyard randomly. Like, I want to say crowing, but like this rooster sounds weird. Like, most of the time it kind of just sounds like, like in the early 2010s there were like all those memes about like goats screaming that sounded like people. It sounded more like that sort of thing. It was really weird. Distress, like, I don't know, like, it didn't seem like it was it didn't have any sort of like maybe distressed in the sense that it was lost, possibly, I don't know. But I will say this, there wasn't any obvious predator at first. A little time passed, and then like in the afternoon on Monday, like a mysterious cat appeared, another cat that is not one of the 17 outdoor cats on the street. um it was just like a fully black cat, and at first it was kind of just like in my yard. I don't know where it came from because I just like looked out, it was there, and it was like eyeing the rooster, and the rooster was sort of aware of its presence, but they were both kind of acting like they weren't aware of the other one. But it didn't take long before the cat decided, like, I'm gonna jump this guy. And so like it started trying to like not at all casually like circle around the rooster and like prepare to sort of like pounce or charge at it. But like the rooster like knew what was up. So like the cat made a couple passes where it like circled around and then was like like surged at it. And every time it did, the rooster did this absolutely cartoonish like run that didn't look full out, but like was going like fast enough the cat wasn't gonna catch it because like it was aware and could at least match its speed. Yeah, I mean, I was honestly like, I was not sure what would happen if like an actual altercation did occur. But like I also didn't think I was prepared to get in the middle of that, because both of those animals could potentially be dangerous to me, and I don't really know what either of their deals were. But like, so the cat made like a few passes at the rooster, and then like rooster like went in like the shadedest corner of my backyard and stayed there for like a really long time. And like right around the time that happened, the black cat like looked at the sliding glass door on the back of my house, like saw its reflection, became mystified for like a couple of minutes, and then suddenly just ran away, and I never saw it again. So since then, the rooster has been hanging out around the street. It woke me up at like 4 the next morning. It came back to my backyard. It like vanished by the end of Monday. It came back to my yard on like Tuesday morning and like woke me up at like 4:30 or something, by just screaming its not regular rooster crow. Didn't love that. Same thing happened on Wednesday. It didn't do that yesterday or today. It's my yard. It's safe space. Like, not exactly, because despite the fact it spent a lot of time there on Monday, it has not spent a lot of time there since. It really seemed to just wander there like really early in the morning on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then spent like a little bit of time in my front yard late in the afternoon on Thursday. But like, yeah, it like woke me up like good and early and angry a couple days. It has a couple of times hopped up on the fence between my neighbor's property and mine and just stood there for a while. Not really sure what that's about either, but I have seen it just kind of like wandering around various people's properties since. I don't know like how long it's been on our street or why I spent so much time in my yard on Monday. But yeah. The 17 outdoor cats don't love it, but I haven't seen any of them go after him or get in any kind of fight. But anytime I've seen them sort of observe each other, all the cats are like a little bit tense, and like the rooster doesn't seem to want to make friends either, but it's not like aggressive. But then like, yeah, at a certain point, like it just like wandered over to this like big puddle and was like drinking from it for like an hour. I don't know. It's weird stuff. There's a whole weird ecosystem in my house. Welcome, Cotillion. You're just in time for the end of the story I've already told you about the rooster. So yeah, I feel okay spending a little bit extra time ranting about this week, both good and bad, because these chapters have been pretty consistently short, and because my schedule tomorrow will be relatively flexible, so it won't be a huge deal if this runs a little late. Also, I thought I might buy some time for people to show up, but hey, it's Valentine's Day, so people are probably eating chocolate or heart-shaped pizzas or something. I don't know why are heart-shaped pizzas such a big deal? I guess it's just like delivery pizza restaurants trying to cash in on a holiday that doesn't have a designated cuisine for the single people who aren't partaking on it. You got 10 out of 10 on a 1,500 word essay. Awesome, Jakey. Good work. Down near you had an ostrich run loose. That's crazy. But having had like a pretty large angry rooster just like exist in my backyard, I'm like, yeah, I guess I can imagine that now. All right. All of that being said, and with the slight hiccup transitioning over to the other screen, it's Wallace and Gromit time. So yeah, as with the previous two chapters, I know essentially nothing other than what's presented here. This is a little bit of a weird one. We have a large hot air balloon of a guy's face, and then Wallace and Gromit have ice cream. Now, it does seem like a weird choice for Gromit to have chocolate, but, you know, it's a cartoon, so we'll ignore that. But also it's called Muzzled. Nothing here really reflects Muzzled exactly, but also, like, Muzzled isn't nearly as, like, fanciful a title as, like, The Last Resort about making a holiday resort, or, Fright of the Bumblebees, which is about frighteningly large bees from an experiment gone awry. Why no cheese ice cream? That's a really good question. Strawberry does seem like an unintuitive choice for Wallace. But yeah, all of that is just to say, like, here's what I know about this game. I know that the last two have both been extremely delightful. Just to recap those briefly, which I guess I just did. The first one was about trying to accumulate a very large amount of honey for one of Wallace's sort of ambitious business ventures with his gadgetry, and that yielded the result of some very large bees that then needed to be subdued. The second one, there was rain happening in the midst of a summer, which ruined a lot of people's vacation, and so Wallace decided he would repurpose his house into a sort of staycation resort where everyone would just come over to his house and have a good time. But then there was a mysterious aggravated thumping incident that needed to be resolved, which now has been. And that leads us up to now. Have I seen the new movie? Not yet. I have not yet. So let's get started on the new one. And let's not do the tutorial, because we learned that it's the same tutorial in the first two, and I'm just willing to guess at this point that that's also true for the third one. Now, this is the third of 4 Wallace and Gromit stories by Telltale. So, you know. Be safe. Alright, a little late for that warning. Oh no, he's repurposed the porridge cannon. Storm destroys dog shelter. Rogue pups roam streets. I think it said terrorized town? That's very spooky.
That should do it, lad. Our brand new Infini flavor ice cream makers ready for business.
Oh no, that sounds like the freestyle Coca-Cola machine, which is garbage.
Taste analyzer can sample any flavor and turn it into a delicious ice cream. What do you say, Gromit? Fancy pushing the button on our inaugural batch? Wensleydale.
Oh, there you go. There's some cheese ice cream right away. I don't love churn as a button verb.
Look at it churn, lad. Just in time to be road tested in front of paying customers at the fair this weekend. And all in a good cause, Miss Flitz says it's to raise money to rebuild the dog shelter. The poor pups have been homeless for too long. Imagine
it's still in the headlines. How long has that been for?
Home sweet kennel from it. Must be the breeze. Miss Flitz says the strays have been making mischief all over town. On Tuesday, Mrs. Gabberly's shop was terrorized by a gang of terriers. No doubt
I see what you did there.
To heel once they've a proper roof over their heads. I'm sure
That's
everyone will give generously
ambitious.
at the fair to build them a
Optimistic.
new home. I can't be the only dog lover in town. Drinking Laura, Gromit.
How,
Wild dogs, stray
we literally didn't
dogs,
stop looking at it.
good-for-nothing
The camera just moved to
mangling
look
the
at them,
machine.
but
They
they...
must be some of the escapees. Oh no! Me crank. Me lever. The flavor engraver, the brains of our custom flavor scanner, lad. It's been scrambled. The four-legged fiends. I'm sorry,
Honestly
lad,
surprised
but
he's
this
not
was
just
some
like
serious
defecating right now.
damage. I suppose it's nothing that can't be fixed. I'll tinker with the flavor engraver if you track down our filched crank and our lifted lever. And this cute one's going to need to be calmed down as well. Mind you, it'll take a month of ice cream sundaes to put things right if I can't patch things up. You've got to get
What does
them
that
in
mean?
order if we're going to have the Infini flavor ready for the fair this weekend. Come on, lad, you're a dog. You can reason with them. All that
You're the dog now, man.
fouled up by a few rogue whippets.
Okay, so it is worth noting that the start of each one of these chapters has been the worst part of them, so bear that in mind as I struggle through this. I do have a little rabbit to begin with. That's a strong start. It does bother me a little bit that there wasn't even a conceit that, like... Oh, he's following me. Is he already friend? Oh, that's fun. I can't go upstairs because we have ice cream ingredients. It's good work. This is like the classic Telltale stuff I like. It's like, obviously the house is still the same, so you'd think I could go upstairs. But nah, we thought of that. We don't want you upstairs, you're not going upstairs. There's too much sugar. And there are cows in our... I don't know, what is that, our living room? There's a newscaster named Anya Doorstep. Was that in the newspaper? I didn't notice that. Oh, hang on. The oven is out of commission until the weekend, having a spot of gas trouble. Relatable.
Hey! A Gromit! Steady on! You can bake all the pies you want later when the gas has been mended!
What did we actually do to him? Shouldn't the gas problem be up here and not down there? Potato pie, kidney pie, strawberry rhubarb pie, apple crisp pie. It's quite interesting that there's all this pie paraphernalia when I'm explicitly not allowed to make a pie. Guess I'll just leave the fridge open like some sort of animal. You'd call that a lounge? Yeah, I think that works. Oh, you think the gas pipe is broken? Like, at its base or whatever? Hey, what's in the closet today? I was kind of hoping it would be Leonard's steak charmer from Sam and Max. He was in the closet for a really long time. Still out of buns? Then this anaconda won't get none or something. I don't know. Turn on the blender. What's your whole deal, guy? Aw, he seems genuinely concerned. My comfort verb didn't seem to help. Did you want a bunny? Aw. It's very good. It's a good chapter. We're like 5 minutes in. It's good. We're doing well. Okay. Didn't learn much up there.
Calm twitch right down. Your old toy certainly did the trick, didn't it, lad? Oh my, you used to be so attached to it. Took quite a spell to wean you off it, in fact. Now we can focus on getting this machine up and running.
I didn't realize that Twitch was having problems and that they needed to be addressed, but apparently we fixed Twitch, which is good. Look at paint.
Not quite done painting the sign yet, Gromit. That's a nice shade of blue, though, wouldn't you say? That sign would be a nice finishing touch if we could get the machine back up and running.
I don't know, the sign seems more important. Why do we still have so many, like, B signs up?
Oh, Gromit, this machine might not be completely cream-crackered after all. Let's have a shufty.
A what? Perfect. Nailed it. Very good. Wait. What the heck?
A bit discombobulated, lad.
Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the idea is that he just played dead because he heard a bang, I think? Was I supposed to know? Was I supposed to infer that the dog was... I don't know how I was supposed to get that, but I also don't know how I triggered Wallace to do that. It just felt like the game didn't want me to have to solve that problem and was like, nah, you're good, have the lever. Which is cool, I guess. That felt strange to me. So the other one appears not to be in the basement, so maybe I'll check the front yard? It seems to be the only other place I can go. I suppose I could maybe go in that, like, side alley or whatever. I got it, but thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's quite the hole.
You little terror!
Oh, look at his face. Look at his face. Where did he go? Can I... Oh. Really? I can go all the way out here in the, like, prologue? I guess I meant to talk to this gentleman. He has some sort of snacks. Oh, it's biscuits.
Morning, Private. At ease, Private, at ease. I'm sure by now you've received intelligence about the morale-raising ops this weekend.
The ice cream festival or whatever.
Time, like when Ensa used to come and rouse the troops, reminded the squaddies what they were fighting for.
Ice cream?
Being stationed in Algeria, and the association organized a whole day of fanfare. Unbelievable! There was Fatima the snake charmer, the ever-popular monkey toss competition.
I think that's a crime.
Eating contest.
I think that's a
I
crime.
expect you to be at the fair when I display my digestive prowess.
I think that's a crime.
Contest, Private. You must have seen the sign-up sheet in town. Nobody will challenge the great Major, though. I shall be uncontested. They don't call me Cool Hand Crumb for nothing, you know.
It's not much of an accomplishment to win against no one. Also, it really feels like I'm, like, already in chapter 1 of sorts, which is weird. None of the others have, like, worked this way.
Hello, Gromit lad. How's Mr. Wallace? Have you heard about the fundraiser?
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
To a proper town fair before.
Oh, for some reason I took that. It belongs to me now. Why is that true? Unclear. Hey, what are you doing outside of your newsstand?
Morning, pet. Out for walkies. Certainly a grand day for it. Anything I can do for you? Town's abuzz with the fundraiser this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a small town. There's not a lot going
to
on.
build a new dog shelter. Ooh, I've had run-ins with all sorts of strays of late. Terriers, spaniels, mutts.
Any, like,
even an
rogue
Irish
roosters?
wolfhound.
No,
Should've
just
seen
me?
the
Okay.
size of him when he went for me pork scratchings on top shelf. Sent me tumbling backwards and brought me awning crashing down. Ooh, I
Not
gave
your
him
awning.
what for a no mistake.
You mean you opened your gob and poor brute took fright?
Very rude.
Ooh, mind your business and quit interrupting. This is why you haven't got any friends and spend all day talking to the birds.
I'm just in need of some intelligent company.
Anyway, it's
Thought for sure he was gonna make some sort of
town got
British
together to put the
birds
shelter back
joke.
up. Wouldn't you say, Chuck?
Because they like instead of saying like chicks, they'll say birds. It's like the same thing.
Looking forward to this weekend's fair. Should be a riot. And all for a good cause to boot.
Good. I like the characters who don't have anything interesting to say if they're not gonna help. Every ticket purchased feeds a puppy. Well, considering there's only like 6 people in this town, I'm glad that one ticket helps a whole dog. The dogs are in prison because of the last chapter. That's very stupid. How does Miss Flit feel about that? Like, I don't know why I like came here.
So long, Private.
Yeah. Maybe I talked to her.
Did you let the dogs out? This
Woof, 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 woof.
is ravaging my roses. Came hurtling out of your master's house with some sort of bone in its mouth.
No, it's not a
This
bone.
really is the last straw. Now he's gone underground, and Lord knows what he's doing to my roots. And where's Wallace when I need him? Are there no real men left in this world to protect a woman's property?
I'm afraid not.
Don't just stand there. Do something.
Respect our gear ship.
Can't you reason with
Well,
him?
one of the hardships of being a mute intellectual dog is that we can't simply tell people to do things like give us back our gear shift. But yeah, as we recently discussed, I mean, at least in terms of Americans like myself, it's been deemed that we're all women now. So there's no men left. It's a tragedy. That's all it is.
Thank heavens the rascal didn't tear up my tulips. I don't know how I'd have coped.
What? Why is that stone in the middle of the tulips? There's clearly some puzzle here I don't fully understand. What do I possess? A flavor crank and some documentation.
I know the whole town has been plagued by stray dogs, but you can't start handing out bones, Gromit. If you give a dog a bone, you have to expect he'll dig a hole. And when my garden is prime hole-digging real estate, you must think twice.
That was a weird whole process. Can I undo? Can I go to the side yard? Let me try going out the kitchen. If you give a mouse a cookie, then a dog will bury its bone. Or something. I think you're onto something. We're close. Yeah, there's not really a lot here, huh? But it's interesting that that seems to be... Oh, when I was trying to click this before, it didn't work. Whatever, it works now.
Back, are you? I hope you've a plan to get your little friend out of my garden.
No,
Poochie Woo
I
and
really-
Ticky Wee may have their mischievous moments, but they knew better than to rummage in my roses. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a man of action around here.
That's where the dastardly digger went underground.
Look at my petunias, pulverized.
I want to be like super crazy clear about something. This game is like 4 or 5 levels of hint system, ranging from like never to like frequently, which just seems insane to me. I have it at never, and like she couldn't be like hinting more strongly, which I guess is an indication that in playtesting people did not feel like the solution to this problem was clear, and I think I'd agree with that. This situation doesn't feel like, any old man should solve this.
Ah, yes, as I said before, I'm unopposed. They fear me, Private, just like those curs in the desert. Wait until they see me in front of a tower of pies. They'll shake in their boots with shock and awe.
The things I do to pies are genuinely traumatizing to people. They would not like to see it. I guess I'll try showing it to Gromit. Like, the only person who seems like a, quote, man of action is, like, that guy, but also he is, like, not, we'll say, reliable. Like, we could try, like, the constant... Hey, wait, I haven't been in here. Well, there's a reason for that, perhaps. Is that... Hold on. Was this here the whole time? This Pooch magazine? 50 ways to tame your terror. 6 hungry dogs love to dig. Break the habit with a tasty treat. I mean, that feels like positive reinforcement of something you would not want to positively reinforce, but okay. Definitely not clear on whether...
Any luck with the mischief makers?
Would you like to eat pie?
This? Oh, I'm not one for pie-eating contests, Gromit. Someone with an even larger appetite than mine would be interested in that.
Have we established someone who has a larger appetite than Wallace? I mean, granted, he predominantly likes cheese, but I don't feel like anyone in this town I think of as, like, particular eater. I mean, like, we have this guy eating biscuits right now, but, like, also, it's clear that he is not the guy, because I need to find competition for him. Also, like, oh, you know what? I'd probably give her the magazine or something.
Hello, Gromit lad. How's Mr. Wallace? What's this? A pie-eating contest? Crikey, don't know about that. Trying to keep trim these days. Afraid I'll have to pass on the pies. Thank you, Gromit.
A nice guy. Good food. I don't know. Do you like pie?
Hello there. What you got there, Chuck?
Pie. The concept of pie.
Pie-eating contest. Well, isn't that festive?
Sure. Would you like to sign it?
Me? Oh, I don't know about that. I do love the odd meat pie, but a scoffing contest. That wouldn't
What?
be
What does it mean?
ladylike, would it?
You've trouble enough appearing ladylike without a meat buying you gob.
Oh,
Why did you marry this guy?
Tell that to Postman. He seemed quite taken with me this morning.
It's only 'cause he's got an eye defect.
Oh, shut up, you curmudgeonly codger.
That makes me think of
You
the
know
IT
what,
crowd.
Chuck? I will sign up for the
What type
contest.
of disabled are you?
I think it's a
Leg
splendid
disabled.
idea, and I plan on winning in a most ladylike fashion, naturally. Let's see. Oh, just
I don't know how that ended up working.
picture, is it? He's no match for Winnie Gabberly. There you go, Gromit. I expect you to attend my victory party.
I mean, just while we're here, do you also want to sign up for this contest?
Winnie versus the Major, eh? Should be a sight to see.
Policeman has no interest in participating in this part of the story, and I respect it. He's like, I'll give you as little as possible. Okay, now if I show him the thing, he'll want to make something of it.
Ah, yes, the pie-eating contest. Nobody's signed up yet. to
Objection!
take the mighty Major Crumb. Pity. I'd love to meet another man, toe to toe on the field of battle.
Well, I mean, I have some news about that. I don't know if you'll like it, though.
Until the best man wins.
Nani?
Winner? She thinks she can out-eat the likes of me.
It's a
That's
weird
good one,
flex, bro.
Private. I'd love to see her staring down the barrel of a ketchup bottle. There's just
What?
no
Why would you want
way
that? Why do you want to see that?
Impossible. She could never. These blinking biscuits. I've been munching on them all day. They're going to fill me up.
Oh, now he'll give me the biscuits.
Get rid of these vile things.
Now I understand why I did this. Always a good sign in an adventure game.
Ready for all the pie I can throw at them if I'm going to crush that woman. She's challenged the wrong man. Battle stations!
Just give me the blasted biscuits, bro. Yoink. Alright. Our ridiculously circuitous plot is almost 3/4 completed. Now I think I'll show her the...
Grievous gardening.
No, okay. The task is mine and mine alone. Don't know what that reaction signifies. Yoink again?
Ah, you did it. Thank goodness. You've rid my garden of the nasty little rascal, and with little damage. Now be sure it never happens again. I don't want to see any more of your canine companions on my property.
Judgmental and rude. Gromit is just so well animated. I feel like they did a really faithful representation of him for these games. I don't know why it is that by simply getting that dog to, like, not have our lever, like, he just behaved but was dirty. Like, just kind of a weird thing. Now, the concern I have is, like, if I start putting this stuff back, are the dogs gonna, like, mess with it again?
He swiped it again.
What's that? What's that stuff?
What's he got there, lad? I think he's helped himself to our valuables.
That's weird. That didn't seem to be there before. And it is annoying. Does this one stay?
I suppose that lever does look a bit like an old bone, doesn't it? No wonder the crafty canine went and buried it. Give a dog a bone and into the ground it goes. It's their nature. Oh no. Did our fastening nut go missing? It holds the lever in place. It's a critical part of the apparatus, Gromit. This is
One of these dogs might be a lady. Don't talk about fastening nuts in mixed company.
What rotten luck.
Hi. Hello, little guy. Aww. This one's my favorite. It's the best one. That isn't Gromit. Gromit's obviously the best.
Nut. Fantastic, Gromit. Perhaps I was a bit hard on him before. I didn't know the little one had a penchant for tinkering. Oh, he's just afraid. Heavens above, he's a positively petrified pooch. Poor little lad. We ought to call him Twitch.
Love how we got that out of sequence. I decided to call him Twitch, and I'll retroactively explain why that's true. Alright, so that's 2 done. So, like...
Careful, Gromit. The Infiniflavor motor is volatile without its crank.
How is it that Wallace got this thing to trigger in the first place if the lever wasn't in place and is required to do this? Did I, like, break something?
I wonder if that dog's part of a canine crime ring. He's only got a taste for the expensive stuff.
I understand this is meant to speak to motive.
All
I don't know how
that
I
hard work fouled up by a few rogue whippets.
solved the problem.
Oh, smashing, lad. Oh, crank.
This dog is the worst of the three. Don't care for
Heavens,
him.
he's quick. He really does love that crank, doesn't he, Gromit?
I genuinely am not sure what my takeaway from this is supposed to be. Like, I can't pick up the shiny stuff to, like, distract him with
He's
it.
got more. He's going to rob us.
I don't remember seeing, like, shiny stuff upstairs that I could somehow use to apply to this puzzle. Like, I can't go in most of the rooms. I don't think there's, like, any items in town I don't have. The closet was, like, empty, right? Does that mean that, like, Wallace ate all those crackers since Chapter 1 or Episode 1 or whatever? The Phantom Menace? I don't... The fridge is also kind of weird. Can I have any of that? Can I have something? Can I have, like, a cool item? No. Chet, what do you think I do about this magpie dog? Like, I don't... Like, I guess I have biscuit. I could try biscuits. It's not obvious, right? It's not one of those things where I just, like, have a super blind spot. Like, I genuinely feel like it's not clear in this moment. Maybe it's because I'm just, like, outright missing something. But, like, I feel like this thing that's supposed to help me of this pile of nonsense, like, is not helpful. What's in the cellar? Great question. Let's think critically. We have some... Oh, you got it. I don't know if you meant to do it, but I think you got it, Cotillion. Hold on a second. Let's do this again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Careful, Gromit. The Infini-Flavor motor is...
Yes. Very volatile. And... Bang. It's very ridiculous that this dog will perpetually play dead. So give me this. I'm gonna paint it blue. This is the basement. The hatch, I don't think you can use the hatch to go up or down. We used it once in the first chapter to go down when we couldn't use the stairs. But we also have this can of blue paint. If we simply make the lever not shiny, I think the idea is that we can put it on as no problem. It's kind of a weird solution, but it does make sense. Like, he goes and smells it like... Doesn't smell shiny. Smells like it's still wet with paint. Not what we were getting at, but glad we got there. You know, whatever works. I appreciate it nonetheless. Sometimes just the reminder to actually, like, think it through is helpful enough.
Wires and our flavor engraver is as good as new. Now we ought to be back in business. Up we go, lads.
That dog is, like, filthy and we're just not doing anything about it.
Stop our Infini-Flavor ice cream
Flavor.
from taking off now.
Uh-oh. Something's about to stop our Infiniflavor ice cream.
Late for the post, eh? Oh, hello there. Can I help you?
Oh, good heavens, no. The question is rather, how can I help you? Name's Muzzle. Monty Muzzle.
You look like a Monty Muzzle.
Philanthropist and
purveyor of fairground amusement.
I hope by now you've heard about Monty Muzzle's Save the Dogs fundraiser fair to be held this weekend.
I don't like the way you said
yes,
affair.
Gromit and I were just...
Like it's some scandalous thing, and not a fair.
I was saddened to hear of your recent tragedy, and I'm making it my duty as a
What?
dedicated and devoted dog lover to help you all raise the necessary
Oh,
funds
he just means the
to
town,
repair
not
your
us.
canine shelter. Imagine all those precious
His hands seem
animals
especially
on the
large.
streets.
A tragedy. What a shame.
Just a real
for all those
tragedy.
dogs. But Gromit and I might have the perfect contribution for the fair. We were just putting the finishing touches on our patent-pending Infini-flavor ice cream machine.
Ice cream, you say? Ooh, who doesn't love ice cream? The creamy,
The lactose intolerant. Next question.
satisfying sweetness. The profit margin.
Guys, I think something's
And
creepy about this
our
guy.
machine has custom flavor technology. Its flavor scanner extracts taste molecules from any sample provided. We're able to make limitless varieties to suit any customer.
My, that does sound impressive. Oh, Bayek, Mr. Wallace. I know a good money-making opportunity when I smell it. What do you say to this? With my financial firepower and your unique ice cream maker, we could put an Infini-flavor retail outlet on every beachfront from Blackpool to...
Hey, Blackpool, maybe we'll finally go there. Did he call him Mr. Walrus? Yeah, he did.
Franchising. Do you hear that, lad?
You don't even have a
We
single
could be
successful
on
location. That feels ambitious.
If you bring your invention to the fair and manage to make a hefty contribution for this most needed...
That's a somewhat reasonable request.
Yeah, dog shelter.
It's a deal.
Grifty
Gromit and I couldn't be
McGrifterson.
more excited. Oh, our in-house creamery assures us peak freshness. Speaking
Except for the
of
smell.
dogs, Gromit and I have come across 3 little lads who need new lodgings.
Well, look at that.
Borv?
Aren't they the most precious things you've ever seen? My charity begins now, and I've got the perfect home for them. Yes, quick-looking devils, too.
Oh, no.
Well, I won't
That's
take
not
up
good.
any more of your time.
He wants them to be like
lad.
greyhounds?
Walkies. Come on, you. Your new home awaits.
Off they go, lad. Say goodbye.
Aw. You would give it back? No.
Be seeing you and your contraption at the fair, Mr. Wallace, and be sure...
I've only known Twitch for
bring you
10
one.
minutes, and I would die to protect him. I would kill everyone on 62 Wallaby Way and then myself before I'd let harm come to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monty Muzzle's fundraise affair. It fair warms my heart to see so many charitable souls here today. So let me warm yours by selling you a handful of tickets, available for a nominal fee, the proceeds of which will put a smile on the face of a homeless and abandoned puppy. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, them tickets is good for every attraction. You can fry your favorite food.
Oh, good.
Take on a chicken in a game of wits. Or
This is a
find
strong
the
start.
mighty Muzzler. Every penny goes to charity. Every
I
ticket
don't
it
like the look of the
shows
Mighty Muzzle.
will wag a tail.
I say, Gromit, isn't this a thrill? And such a noble cause, rebuilding a shelter for your canine companions.
Nani?
Oh, your new chum must have dropped his toy in excitement. I bet the little fella's having a grand day out. Probably never been to a
Absolute doubt.
fair before.
I've never mashed X to doubt harder. Oh?
Hey, that must be the remains of one of the flies that was blowing around this morning. Can't abide litter, so I tore it up and offered it as slips of paper to the punters.
Save the dogs? That's rough, buddy.
Here are some tickets, lad. Go and find your friends and have some fun.
Do we play this whole chapter as Gromit? That's different. That's a change of pace. That was a really long segment. Somewhere in the middle there, I wanted to ask, anyone here seen the show Nathan For You? The very first episode, he pitches to like a soft serve. Oh, for God's sake, there's just dialogue forever.
In due time. Quite the turnout of entries I've got. Bound to find.
Obviously, I'm gonna have to make a
pot.
pie. Obviously. In the very first episode of Nathan For You, a show where Nathan Fielder basically makes terrible business suggestions and people execute them for like extremely dry comedic effect. Like, he suggests that a soft serve restaurant make like a poop flavored ice cream because it would get such like word of mouth of like, what a crazy thing, you totally have to try it. And that's what the like flavored scanning ice cream matronic reminds me of. Top of the morning, Ice Bunny. Quite the time to join the stream.
Selfless,
Oh good, she's got a crush on this guy.
charitable.
Hang on. Life of Muzzle. Oh good. This is some Severance Lumen type propaganda, huh? My happy childhood. Fish and chips. Montgomery M. Muzzle spent his earliest and most joyous years in his mother's renowned chip shop. Fish and chips, my lifelong favorite. Ever the caring soul, he took great joy in sharing his dinner with those less fortunate. So began the life of a boy who knew he had much more to give than fish and chips. Okay, that wasn't as informative as I might have hoped. My first heroics. My Hero Academia. Early heroics. Why is he already like an old man? Oh no, that's okay. Began as a typical day for Monty Muzzle, but fate would soon intervene. Oh, my darling, somebody please help! Oh, hang on. Tally ho, Muzzle will save you, pretties! So wait, that was supposed to be him helping the old woman and he left her for dead so that he could let this car careen off a cliff and grab the dogs out the bag? I have like several questions. Up to and including why do his early heroics have him as like an old man? He's a real late starter, huh? My life's calling. Oh God. Tragedy! A market crashed. A man devastated. A will, a way, a plan. Pink dollars for everyone. He would turn his misfortune into a fortune for others. Oh, there's that balloon from the title screen, maybe. Well, I guess we saw it in that cutscene, right? Thus was born a magnanimous Monty Muzzle fundraiser affair. Some are born old. You're talking about that Benjamin Button disease, right, Ice Bunny? Also, hi, Anime. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, is this like a guess the...
1500, 16? Let's see. Count this row across. Assume that the jar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Can't be certain.
Win a grand prize.
Wonder what fantastic treasure awaits the person who nails this guess spot on. Look at them all. Heaven knows how many there are in there.
Where's Dustin Hoffman when you need him? He would know. I mean, I assume we'll get infinite guesses because adventure game, but I still don't want to do it until I have a slightly better chance of getting it right. Safe, iffy, danger. Well, I know where I fit on that grid. Oh, can I not weigh myself? I saw like a really funny post on like, I think Blue Sky, where someone said like, as a preface to this, I now live in Florida, and at the prominent local grocery store chain Publix, there are like big scales. I don't know why there are scales. I don't know if they're meant for some grocery purpose, but I have seen people weigh themselves there. It's like a thing people do. And so the post was like, I always weigh myself naked. If you don't like it, you can shop at a different Publix. And when I see like a big scale like that, that's what I think now. The Muzzler does not look like a good safe ride. Also, yeah, the face leaves something to be desired, which is rich coming from me, I understand. Honestly, like, I genuinely don't know if you could still buy these, because I bought the whole set of the Wallace and Gromit games back when it was like first announced Telltale was going under, because people were sort of like, you know, those games might disappear from shops. But like, assuming you could buy this, like, it's got to be worth the price of these games just to watch Gromit do stuff, just alone. Will it fry? I mean, this has to be riding the coattails of the popular Will It Blend series. No, I can't fry the bunny. I'm just gonna assume that doesn't work. Wow, that's upsetting.
Just can't I find the right bloomin' words?
So, is the idea that if I put all these together, it's a map to where the dogs are or something? Like, it seems like I'm meant to want all the parts of the torn up flyer, but it's not immediately clear to me why that would be.
Imagine your life with less strife.
Chicken, but not rooster. Unfamiliar.
Let's see what you have to say.
Alright, I have tickets. Stupid.
Heavens, what a bunch of rubbish.
I understand to a limited extent. So if I give him nice words to say to the lady whose name I can't immediately think of, then he won't need to, like, try to figure out what to say, and he'll give me that piece of paper I apparently want. Ooh, scurvy. That's good. Black pudding, the common cold, a manky goat, something old, a patch of mold, pirate's gold, hold on. Could be mistaken for, is as disappointing as, is as sticky as, is louder than, is as neglected as, is the size of, tastes like, smells of, is overshadowed by. Yorkshire, Scotland. How about your hair could be mistaken for pirate's gold? That sounds like something.
Let's see if this fortune's got anything useful for my poem. Your hair could be mistaken for pirate's gold. Ah, that's no half bad, that is. I just
The way of the pirate.
I'm a blinking genius, I am! No need for these rotten lines! I've got a perfect one right here!
Got it in one, with a pirate answer. Who's the best?
Hello there, Felicity!
Oh, hello, Duncan.
Except her hair's not blonde, so this is going to immediately explode, and I will have failed and embarrassed myself terribly.
Duncan.
In fact, I've written you a poem in honor of your astounding beauty.
Hey, while he's doing this, can I take the papers? There's no takesies backsies.
Every last word.
Really? Well, let's hear it then.
Dearest Felicity, your eyes are as deep as the murkiest loch. Your teeth are as straight as Blackpool rock. Your haunches are sturdy.
She seems impressed.
Is bold, and
Asterisk, I am not good at reading women.
Be mistaken for pirate's gold.
I don't know what to say.
Brilliant, eh?
You noticed my hair.
I did.
Oh, Duncan. Who could have guessed you're so sensitive?
Oh, this actually worked. Genuinely started to doubt that.
Aye. My rugged Highland handsomeness may fool some, but inside, I'm nothing more than a caring and loving lamb. Come here, my little sugar plum fairy.
Who did he just give that thumbs up
A
to?
loving lamb that's been rolling around in the barnyard too long, if my nose isn't mistaken.
Oh, that's just my unique musk.
Boy.
Let's go down and stare longingly into each other's eyes.
No, okay, she's still left with him. I mean, not a lot of suitors to choose from. Does she get lucky and do the kilt check? Now, I'll be honest, I don't know exactly what that means, but I feel like that could happen. It probably would have been fun to do some bad ones, but I really wasn't sure if Pirate's Gold would work, and I had to try the pirate option. You know me. You know me. Am I smarter than a chicken? What a great question. If this week is any indication, prob's not. Hi, hello. There's some tickets. Oh, I see. This one, right? No, I want. Oh no, I've lost. Don't you need them to make a mistake in order to be able to win if you go second? Isn't that how this works? So it's not, their course of action is not deterministic. I mean, I'm obliged to do this. So they do that. And I can't possibly win. Shouldn't I get my tickets back if it's a draw? I mean, it doesn't really matter because I have infinite. Yeah, like the trick is like the way you're supposed to be able to secure the win is by positioning yourself so like you have two different ways to win, but like you can't do that, right? You don't know what I said about what's under a kilt? I don't know what you mean specifically by kilt check. That could mean like an act of violence or like a fun surprise. It's not a particular expression I've heard before. So like without proper context clues, I don't know if you're like, they getting lucky or she going to knee him in the groin. I'm not smarter than this chicken. It's probably the case that I'm supposed to cheat. It's not clear how I would go about doing it.
One of my golden geese. Oh, another loss, eh? Oh, I'm sure you'll win eventually.
Am I supposed to drug the chicken? Play again. I want to see if something, like, demonstrably changed here. Yeah, I'm not winning. I mean, don't you just want to go middle regardless? But I think if you're going second and they don't make a mistake, you can't win. You can at best draw. Isn't that like an actual true thing? Because you can't, like, threaten 2 win conditions. And that's, like, the only way to win tic-tac-toe. I think. Yeah, obviously I can't win this. I'm just gonna take it. I don't even know why I want it. I'm gonna leave now. Hey.
The fair grand, Gromit. Mr. Muzzle's put on quite a show, and the Infini flavors are real.
You literally haven't seen
pizza.
anyone
We're
eat
gonna
anything.
Get that dog shelter rebuilt in no time. Make whatever you like, lad.
Glad they wrote that out.
The Infini flavors open for business. Is there anything you'd like to turn into a custom cone?
Is goldfish the correct answer? What are you doing? Are you making exaggerated, like, barf noises?
Rhubarb with cream. Not a terrible texture, but a horrendous pie. Oh, God. Strawberry rhubarb reminds me of me Auntie Mildred. And what an horrible old shrew she was, always force-feeding me with her horrid confectionery disasters. Oh, good heavens. What rotten memories. No use sniffing about for a competitive edge. These pies are all absolutely disgusting. Didn't take you for the cheating sort. Willing to do anything to get ahead, are you?
Well, I'm an adventure game protagonist.
Lady out of a baking contest just to win your 5 minutes of fame as this afternoon's master of ceremonies. Then what are you doing, nosing about these entries?
Why are you doing this
It's your
publicly?
own entry. But knowing what you filthy creatures are prepared to wolf down, I can't imagine you've much of a discerning palate.
Dude, you're asking for a poop pie. I can make it happen. I have a flavor sampling machine and am dog. So I really feel like...
No getting in there to count them, that's for sure. I've already tried. Mr. Muzzle were none too happy.
Yeah, that sounds true.
Don't think a little teamwork is against the rules, eh? Here, lad, you have a go.
Nice.
All right, Gromit. Seems as good a guess as any.
I like to imagine it makes a little trumpet noise.
Good try anyway, I suppose.
It feels like the thing to do is to, like, weigh the jar and do some kind of math. But, yeah, I don't know how to, like, make that happen. Also don't really know how to meaningfully interact with the muzzler. To town. Free balloons? Give me inventory items.
You Gucci goose, you! The missus says I need more mates, does she?
Oh.
I've got the birds in the sky and bugs on the sill to keep me company. You won't find me making up numbers at some flipping fair.
Good, because you're not invited.
Yeah, birdie.
You don't have to be invited, you just have to buy a ticket. Well, I'm gonna get a balloon, cause I'm not a fool. And I'm gonna get a balloon, cause it will actually let me take 2? No, it won't, but it'll do the animation twice, which I still respect. A garbage can full of inventory objects? Ooh! Ooh! Show me that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 290. It's time for that cheating he mentioned earlier. What a stupid way to win something in a video game, and I don't care. Because I'm excited about it.
Don't think a little teamwork is against the rules, eh? Here, lad, you have a go.
Zoop! I don't know why I've been saying zoop lately.
That seemed like it could almost be right, Gromit. Cross your toes, lad. These are the last of the tickets.
That's not true. I put in my own tickets, and I have an endless quantity because I'm the protagonist of this adventure game.
Congratulations. You are the winner of a grand and fantabulous prize.
Heck, we did it.
Is it dog biscuits?
Fantastic! We won, Gromit.
Congratulations, sir. Very well done.
Thank you, Mr. Muzzle. Took quite a bit of brain power it did. So, what's the grand and fantabulous prize then, Mr. Muzzle? I must say, I can't wait to see what I've won.
Yes, well, yeah, just as it's always better to give.
Yeah,
than
Gromit's
receive,
expression was spot on
I
there.
say the satisfaction of your travel.
Oh,
Plus our undying gratitude for the charitable donation you made.
That's not a good prize.
Cause, our prizes in and of and
quick start of riot.
Wouldn't you say, Mr. Panier? Chuck.
Well, they're all very well, but I thought...
Prizes that last a lifetime. Up here and in here.
But the sign says...
Oh, quit bellyaching your big girl's blouse. It's hardly fitting for a gentleman such as yourself.
Oh man, I can't wait to fight this guy in a boss fight.
But...
Oh, all right. And one for the mutt as well.
Save the dogs, help inside. Don't dead, open inside. You too, Mr. Paneer. I don't know, they kind of frame Mr. Paneer as like a villain in the first chapter. He seems like a nice guy.
Go!
I'm taking all this loose seed. Coo at nothing, old man.
Hello.
We should call shenanigans on the fair. Does that still apply, or is that South Park episode too old? I haven't watched a current South Park episode in an exceedingly long time. My inventory is bizarre. I have like a gumball, a rabbit toy, a balloon, 3/4 of a map to Dogville, and some bird seed. And also, I still have this magazine that says, feed a dog if it's being bad, which is like a weird flex. Not sure what the Life of Muzzle stuff is about.
Hello, Gromit.
I don't need a map to get to Bonetown.
It's true. You don't need a map to get to Bonetown, and you also shouldn't need instructions on how to get a dog to give up a bone or something. So... just like put it on a specific space and that wastes its turn? That's one way to do it. That's an exceedingly well-trained bird. I can see why it's beating me at tic-tac-toe. Also, based on the way that puzzle was structured, I'm pretty sure my recollection is correct in that if your opponent doesn't make a mistake and goes first, you can at best draw. What would I be frying? I still haven't fried anything. Can I make goldfish flavored ice cream?
I don't think that would taste very good, would it, lad? I mean, fish-flavored ice cream? Who ever heard of such a thing? Unless you, haven't made a new feline friend, have you, perchance?
Dog face.
Oh, well, yes, then. One fish-flavored ice cream coming up. Step
Balloon
two,
for some
lad.
reason. We can always try a balloon. This is upsetting. Sadly, I have, well, not exactly fish-flavored ice cream, but, like, at my brother's wedding, they had, like, appetizers, or, like, hors d'oeuvres, I guess is the more appropriate term. Like, they had these little, like, waffle cones that looked like tiny ice cream, but they were sushi, and, like, my uncle was like, just like tried one, not thinking anything of it, and then was just like, that's fish, that's not ice cream, that's a bad surprise. Why do you have a recording saying that you're grifting people? I don't know what the fish-flavored ice cream is for, but I sure did it, huh? Can I fry birdseed? Does that make popcorn? Gromit is just a mood. He just feels especially relatable today. I don't know. Fried gum? Gum cream? Keep turning stuff that's not food into food? Fried balloon? He's like, no, that's I'm not doing that. Fried, oh yeah, I can't pick up the magazine. Fried ice cream? What is this, Chi-Chi's? Okay. Now, doesn't that just make smelly fish milk? We did it, guys! I figured out how to make fish milk! Are you proud of me? Wait. Why does it still... Oh, how do I have two of these? How did it duplicate? How did it do that?
Let Muzzled be your guide.
Also, why do I want that? Also, is the sink ruined from when I accidentally clicked out of the window? It seems mad.
Really fancy chewing gum?
Okay, I'm going back to town because I don't know what to do here. But I do have fish cream.
Here, pigeon. Over here.
Sink's okay? Alright. I'll just redouble my efforts not to click out of the window. Not that I was trying before. Oh, that's interesting. I just immediately teleport home. Doesn't want me to mess around with the street or the yard. I know he doesn't like rhubarb because it reminds him of his aunt, but... Chickens goes in, pies comes out. I like that the oven was broken just for the prologue, and that there's no actual, like, puzzle involved with that for some reason. Can I fry the pie? Is that helpful? I'm gonna do a check around the house to make sure that nothing has changed and that there aren't, like, secret inventory items that I wish I, like, already knew that I had. Do you have any messages?
Mr. Wallace?
It's like Sam and Max?
From next door here. For the last 45 minutes, I've been trying to read the same page in my book. Only to be interrupted by the incessant clatter that seems to be emanating from your cellar. I quite understand.
Yeah, what day was this message? I need you to narrow it down.
Entitled to do his inventing in the privacy of his own home, but the banging, popping, creaking, and odd explosions really must stop. And was that livestock?
Don't worry about that.
Honestly, Wallace, this has always been a respectable street.
Were you not here for the bee incident? Hi, Naka, welcome to the stream. We're befriending Cinema Roll and lost track of time. Does that mean that you're playing Hello Kitty Adventure Island? I had my eye on that game, and then I read that it, like, encouraged you to log in daily, and I kind of hate games like that. It bummed me out. But it looks cute as heck, and everyone seems to be saying good things about it.
PC Dibbins here at the police station. We've recently received reports from a Miss Felicity Flitt of West Wallaby Street of a possible breach of the peace in the environs of number 62. I need hardly remind you, Mr. Wallace, yet again, that the enclosure of any farm animal or beast of burden within the borough boundaries is strictly prohibited. That includes, but is not restricted to, and I quote, chickens, sheep, goats, pigs, horses, miniature horses, alpacas, and most importantly, cows. Any more blinking complaints from the townspeople and you'll be nicked. Good day.
What about if, like, a stray rooster wandered into your yard and woke you up in the morning?
Mr. Wallace? Miss Flitt from
Is it just the two?
Here.
And her book. The book made me happier than it should. I don't know why. Oh, I can't. The cow has migrated to the front hall and we can't go any further. Well, good to know. Okay, well, I have a pie and some assorted fish creams. You think she meant it was a respectable street before Wallace moved in? That may well be true. However, sure live here now. What about, like, fried fish cream blending? What about regular fish cream blending? There's items that spawn all over the island that only respawn the next day, so a lot of time is taken up grabbing everything, knowing time is limited, and don't enjoy that. Yeah, see, that's my thing. It's like, it looks adorable, right? It looks super cute, and everyone seems to like that about it. But, like, it seems like it leans heavily into that thing I already don't like about Animal Crossing, and it sort of kept me from getting into those games. Like, I have enough constraints on my time. Like, I really don't like a game that sort of, like, demands me play it every day, and I say that as someone who's been playing Marvel Strike Force for like a year, but am constantly on the verge of just giving up on it. I'm like one bad day away from finally giving it up. At this point, like, I reached a certain point where I was like, I kind of just want to see what they do for their next anniversary, because I started on their like 6th anniversary and that, like, things were good, and then like everything since then has been bad. To an extent, Duo. Oh yeah, didn't the Duolingo bird get killed by a Tesla? We sure are in a timeline, aren't we? I still don't really understand the Muzzler. Poor Mr. Paneer. He cheated fair and square.
Completely inedible. Wouldn't give that to me cat. Even if I had one.
I can't put my pie with other pies. Round.
That is apple crisp. Another putrid pile of peeled.
Oh, I'm stupid. I know the answer to this puzzle. God, I'm stupid.
A cinnamon casket of a crust. Who put this evil concoction here?
He's so dramatic.
You, wasn't it?
You watched me do it.
Think you could win with this, did you? Well, I won't even taste it. My wretched father used to come home night after night reeking of the stuff after an evening
reeking of apple pie?
My mother and I both knew he'd been at the pie shop, for he could never get enough of the stuff. Those may very well have been the darkest days of my life, and you...
What's wrong with this man?
Be gone, and take this unholy brew with you.
He just hates it so much. It's so funny to me. He just really hates it. Animal Crossing is fun because you could cheat the clock, really? Doing so in Hello Kitty locks you out of all events until you wipe your data? Yikes. Forever. Is pie a code word for something?
Now,
The answer is clearly that I need to make a fish and chips pie because it's his favorite from his childhood. That's the whole purpose of the museum, and I'm dumb for not having realized that sooner. It's the whole reason I can make a fish cream. And the reason why some of the pies in that pile are all emote, even though it doesn't make any kind of sense. So let's make a potato pie. Although I really am tempted to... You know what? I got time. Let's make a kidney pie. Oh no, I already started making it. I kind of wanted to see him hate another pie, but now I'm too lazy. What do you mean a fish and chips pie? What? I mean, it's a fish... I make a potato pie and I put fish ice cream on it. How could I possibly make that any clearer? The only thing I'm not sure of is how do I combine those things? Because my inventory doesn't work that way. You were worried about soggy chips. Nah, it's fine. It's just a regular potato pie, and we used one of Wallace's inventions to sample a goldfish to make a fish-flavored ice cream, and then for some reason we fried it because we could, and inexplicably, frying a regular fish-flavored ice cream cone just spawned an entirely new fried fish ice cream cone, which, like, for multiple reasons, isn't how that works. But, like, I mean, it's clear that I need to combine the fish and chips, but I don't know in what way I can... I mean, what if I just, like... Here's, like, a potato pie.
Alright, this doesn't look immediately disgusting.
You can... No, I get that you can fry ice cream, but, it doesn't clone ice cream.
Yeah. Yes, there is something here that isn't immediately foul. A faint hint of a taste of something that sparks, dare I say, a not totally unpleasant memory. It's the unmistakable taste of mushy potato, which, in and of itself, is delicate and unique. Yeah, well, it's not quite there yet. So take it back, and perhaps you can improve. Although, as a mere canine pie maker, I imagine that was no doubt your best attempt. An accident, perhaps. And also, no cream. No a la mode, even. Clearly not as serious.
Just let me leave the pie on the table so I can put the ice cream on it. That's all I ask of you. No, don't put it in your pocket! Ah, you wretched beast. All I need is a place that, like, God... Is there anything more frustrating than in an adventure game when, like, it's not even as simple as, like, I already possess hammer, I can, like, solve this problem. It's, like, literally, like, the only thing I need to do is combine these, and for some reason you've decided I'm unable to use, like, tabletop. Like, I already know the answer to this. You simply haven't given me the means to combine pie.
Pie and ice cream, two great tastes. That should work out splendidly.
Pie scream. That sounds like the worst Transformer of all time. Oh, it's interesting. I thought it would replace my not fried fish ice cream, but it didn't do that. Also, even if you were going to fry ice cream, frying the cone seems insane. Whether or not it's possible, I just don't conceptually like it.
Wisdom from the other side.
How do I, like, where... I'm going back to my house. Still really no idea what to do with the muzzler. Oh wait, is there a hitbox on this? I thought there was. No, it's probably just... I mean, at this point, I'm sure guessing that the dogs are inside the muzzler. They're probably like the thing that make it go. which is messed up. What the balloons doing? What are the balloons doing?
Go! Go!
Hello, Chuck. Looks like the fair's in full swing. I'll be popping over later to take part in the big contest. I'll have the Major quaking in his boots, I will.
Didn't he say exactly the same thing of her? Can I put pie in the fridge? Can I put pie on the stove top? Can I put a pie in the bread box? Not the toaster. Not the toaster. This stuff is maddening. Just like, give me a flat surface with which to combine these items if you're not going to be a game that lets me combine items. It didn't seem to want to let me put a pie there before. It seemed like the only way I could get him to interact with pie was to like put it directly in front of him. And when I tried putting another pie on the pile, I don't think it gave like any positive reinforcement like that's a thing that I could or should do. Because I did try that. Can I make the ride go super fast and send him flying? Not presently. That may ultimately happen.
Disgusting.
He just really hates everything. It's pretty relatable. Yeah, it just doesn't like that. I mean, like, granted, that sure makes sense to me, but the game does not agree.
This is coming along nicely. Much more than I had anticipated from a bunch of provincial paupers. Oh, those dogs will be saved in no time.
Saved from their wallets?
I doubt.
Wallets and
you're making
Gromit? Is that
a
something?
charitable deposit. So why don't you go and nose about elsewhere?
Hmm. Here's the thought. If I want the potato pie to come across as if chips, I should fry the pie itself. Perhaps that task will somehow allow me to add ice cream to it. That doesn't appear to have happened. It doesn't look great. This is genuinely making me upset.
Business is booming, lad.
What is this when it's at home? Oh, rhubarb. With a hint of
I'm gonna try giving him this and see if maybe the fact that I have changed it will prompt an opening to give him ice cream.
Yeah. This looks a bit different. A familiar flaky crust. My. Oh, could it be?
I swear, every time we see this man's hands, they're bigger than they were before.
Oh, yes, this is more like it. What a belter this one is. Oh, a crisp outside. With a warm potato inside. Oh, this takes me back to my days as a boy. But it's still missing something. Some key flavor from it past. Now,
look, I can't express enough that I fully understand the concept.
Now, if you think of something to give it that definitive je ne sais what, come back and I'll consider it. Till then,
Yes, okay.
Competition.
This is what I wanted. Now he's leaving it on the table. It's close enough that he'll leave it on the table, which is a really stupid goal to want. Here's the question. Does he want fried ice cream or regular ice cream? So hang on. I mean, probably fried, right? Because fish and chips are both fried?
new addition to your shocking previous entry. I have no doubt that you almost certainly cheated, but without actual proof. I'll have to let that pass. Let's see how you did. Why, this is, yes, resplendent. I've never tasted...
It's like a really muted delivery of the word resplendent. I guess it's
crust,
resplendent or whatever.
Enhanced by a one-of-a-kind flavor, if I'm not mistaken, of lightly battered cod.
No, it's actually goldfish,
Oh, yes.
weirdly.
Your entry triggers deep and happy memories. Oh, I can see myself as a slip of a lad behind the counter in my mother's chippy. I'm the happiest lad.
Used goldfish. I sampled goldfish with an ice cream sampling machine. It's still alive in my pocket. Don't worry about it.
How you did it, dog, I'll never know.
Well, you made a whole museum to your own vanity, so that helps.
You're the first beast to become the master of ceremonies of the pie-eating contest. I'll be meeting you on
What's
stage
the
then.
purpose of that?
Time to get this pie-eating contest underway.
That's such a bizarre prize. Is that by winning the pie making contest, you get to host the pie eating contest? That just seems odd. Hi, Mom. Welcome to the stream. No need to apologize. When you say it's running long, I don't know. I wouldn't expect it to be quick. My mom was seeing a play tonight. Just to catch you up, a storm blew through town and destroyed the dog shelter, and the stray dogs were sort of doing cheeky havoc. I'm sure I've been playing a lot of British game lately, huh? We settled that in the prologue, and then this guy came to town, and he's like, I'm holding a fundraising fair to help the dogs, but he's like clearly a grifter, and so we've been like cheating at all his games to like get parts of this flyer that I think will eventually tell us how to find the dogs that I think he has like trapped in this carnival ride. What is there still to do at this point? So we fried fish and chips for the pie. We like gave a pirate fortune to the fortune teller. We cheated to win tic-tac-toe and get a goldfish, and then we sampled the goldfish to make fish-flavored ice cream.
Time to watch these imbeciles compete in the pie-eating contest, eh?
I guess I'll just do this then.
I'll meet you at the podium when you're ready.
Yeah, it's definitely like a hamster wheel style thing, right? Oh, hey, that's apparently I wanted this. I didn't know this was up here.
Gather round, ladies and gentlemen, gather round.
Our first order of business is to celebrate this fine figure of a dog as winner of the pie baking contest.
Atta boy, Chuck. I knew you could do it. Hey!
I'm so mad about that.
Fido here will preside as master of ceremonies of the pie-eating contest to commence.
It should be quite the feat, given his vocabulary.
The Major doesn't stand a chance.
Ha! I once ate a kidney pie the size of a Shetland pony.
And I also ate a Shetland pony pie the size of a
Your
kidney.
starter's pistol, doggo.
That was less impressive and more upsetting.
And now, I'd just like to say a few words.
Where are my blinking notes?
I don't know. Not in my inventory.
Up here just a minute ago.
It's not every day that tragedy strikes a helpless town like this. But I'm most honored to be here in your moments of need.
You country
to
bumpkins.
help you all collect enough funds to rebuild the orphanage. That is, the orphanage for lost dogs.
The dog orphanage. That's a thing, right? Anyway. Rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub.
Among fairgoers since the great Lancashire earthquake of, let me see now, some years ago.
I don't
Some years ago.
hearing about that.
Well, it was some years ago, you understand.
Teapots tossed from their cozies.
You hate to see it.
Sheep shaken right out of their fleeces. Most dreadful indeed. So, keep up the good work here today, and be sure to spend as our wonderful
Always a
attractions,
great
as
sign.
it's all in such a very, very good cause. Now, without further ado, Colonel Crumbs and Mrs. Gobbledygook will go head-to-head in the pie eating
I very much care about all of you.
contest.
You're definitely people to me and not marks.
Pull the trigger.
Bang. Yep, the dogs are inside the muzzler. Who could have guessed? There was no way to know this. Creep. Sneak. Oh, no. He's gonna throw us in there.
Bye, it's been a busy week. Just one good deed after another. First, I takes in 3 homeless hounds, then I helps a town. Do good.
It's definitely that hamster wheel we suspected earlier.
Yeah. And now I've trapped me a tricksy little trespasser. Now listen here, mutt. I built this fair up from the sweat of me brow and a pile of scrap. And if you think I'm gonna let a mollycoddled mongrel chuck a spanner in the works, you don't know Monty Muzzle. Aye, your time on wheel comes soon enough. And being man's best friend, you wouldn't want to stop the ride and disappoint your punters now, would you? But until it's your turn, you can blinking well stay put.
Hey, bring that back. I'd like it.
Start whining and yelping for help. You'll have my security system to deal with if you don't keep the noise down.
Dude says you'll throw a wrench instead of a spanner. Yeah, he won't know what's coming. He doesn't know my American background. Give me this cup. Very good.
What is it?
Where is this door?
What's going on in here?
This door didn't appear to be anywhere before.
Here are we?
No. No one here but us dogs.
Down.
Oh, I see.
It's not your dinner time yet.
We get
Been a
him.
false alarm. But I'll be back in here at the drop of a hat if there's any monkey business.
Monkey business? How dare. We are dogs. So the cup can summon him, but I can't put it in my inventory. If I could give that chicken a gumball, maybe it couldn't squawk, but I do need him to come back so that he'll expose the key so we can get out of here. At first I kind of thought maybe I'd have to like chew up the gum and put it in the lock to do one of those classic adventure game make-a-mold puzzles I'm notoriously bad at. But with the dog liking shiny objects and the key being shiny, that definitely feels like what we're doing. See, much like the other ones, even though I do still think the prologue was weakest in this compared to what we've played since then, I like the prologue in this one better because it introduces the quirks of these dogs that are like kind of just like fun hijinks, but then it seems like they're going to be part of like the escape plan, which is fun. I can't really like reach much from here. Where is the third one? Where's Twitch? Pie scream. We all scream, pie scream! And alarm our neighbors. Oh, I still have the starter pistol, which I can use to make him play dead. Wait, is that it? Is it the old sick prisoner routine? No, I clicked the cup. You goon. You fool. The playing dead thing is so ridiculous. Like, in the best possible way. Okay. I don't know why the hitbox, like, registered weird last time. But I think he's gonna, like, come in and check to make sure he's okay, but then the dog's gonna wake up and take the key.
Another blinking dead dog. The
How
word
often does that
Shambell
come up?
Hadn't even been for walkies yet. Pity.
Morph.
Oh, get off me, you filthy beast! Oh, God. That'll be an extra few hours pulling duty for you. No more out of you.
Do you notice that he didn't lock it that time? I think the dog might have got the key. Yeah, there it is. Good boy. You know, I said it last week and I'll say it again. I think this is my favorite one so far. Oh, right, of course, he won't give it to me. That's fair. That's entirely fair. I mean, I guess I could make him play dead again. What a well-trained dog. Shoot at the lock with the starter pistol. I mean, it's clearly one of those guns that has the flag that just says bang on it, so I don't think it actually has enough firepower to, like, do gun-related tasks. Give me this empty dog food can? Why is that super alarming? He seems very upset about that. Okay, now that we've escaped Gumball and Chicken... Oh, darn. How do I get Gumball into Chicken? How do I get that Gumball in that chicken? Oh, that was the robot dog from Close Shave. I didn't clock that. That's funny. Don't really have anything to give him that's useful. Can I climb without the chicken going nuts? Just doesn't want me to get close to it. God, I feel like I'm in the big Franklin Mills head. Benjamin Franklin in the mall. Disarm? How is disarm my chicken verb? I still like the gumball idea, I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels like the right amount of cartoony, but I guess that's fine. I don't know what that thing is that's not a button, but okay. Can you use the chicken with the fry machine? Well, I haven't been able to pick it up just yet. Let me take whatever's in here. Oh, that thing is very bone-shaped. I definitely need to get that. It's Twitch, the goodest boy! Aw. Here, give me this. I need this. The rest of this is fine. Give rabbit to Twitch. No? Use... Oh, wait, give me some grease? This will help fry the chicken later. Thought it was a wrench. It is, but it looks like a bone, and that's relevant. I know some of you are joining late, but we learned things about these dogs earlier, and one of them is especially obsessed with, like, burying bones. The one who's, like, currently working the crank or whatever. So, like, if I give him the wrench, he'll probably do something crazy.
Oi! We're slowing down already! Muzzle! Your blinking ride's not fit for service!
Blinking engine must have, died again.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
Pilcher doing us a solid. It's like a prison escape. We're all like working together. I love it. God, it's so good. What a good game. I gotta help this dog. Can I grease him? Can he slip out? Don't know what I'll do with a fortune cookie. How do I help this guy? I mean, I bet I can use the hole to leave, right? No, I can't? Then what is the purpose of the hole? Is it so I can plant a pie scream and then it will grow into a pie scream tree? Do you like fish ice cream? I think now that we made the pie, we only have our pie ice cream. He does not appear to like it. Oh, actually, I think I could climb up higher, right? I think I just got fixated on a problem I already solved. This happens sometimes. Katana and I have been playing Immortality, and I had a bad tendency to not rewind clips because I got excited about something that I found in the game. Really, really like that game. We finally finished it this week. Big fan. When we finished it, I immediately went to find like a video of someone talking about it, and I found a 10-hour video about Immortality, and I was like, absolutely yes. I will be watching so much 10 hours of this, you have no idea. Like, that wasn't even remotely daunting. I was just like shocked that they could pull it off, and now that I've watched like 2 hours of it, I was like, I understand, and it's amazing. Might need that wrench after all, huh? Or I could do like that MacGyver thing and just use like the trigger housing on the gun as a wrench. Did you watch 4 10 hours of it? I've been told that's a lot of cakes. Listen, I'm not gonna rule out me watching 10 or 4 10 hours of it. That would be terrible, but I might do it anyway. I mean, clearly I gotta, like, bust this thing. But I don't have the wrench anymore. I kind of thought I should use the wrench because it would let me make an escape tunnel or something. And there's still no, like, relevant hitbox over here, right? This looks really important, doesn't it? But, like, it doesn't do anything. So far, I've only watched about 1-2 hours worth of Immortality retrospective. So last time I had to use a treat to get this guy out. Would he like a pie scream or like a gumball? Or a fortune cookie? Yeah, maybe a fortune cookie. It's like biscuit-like, right? All right. Why did I need him to dig the hole, though? What does that do? What does that do? This is a very good chapter. Not that I don't enjoy playing as Wallace, but Gromit has consistently been the best part of these, which isn't shocking, really. But, like, this, it's just so good. I mean, I love, like, theme park themes. And, like, the introduction of this, like, rogues gallery of dogs is very good. Like, I'm just really into this. So, like, what does this do for me? Enjoy that loud motorcycle or whatever. Huh? What was my takeaway from that? Am I supposed to get Twitch through there? Why would I do that? Why did looking in the tiny hole make me think of the friendly dog? Ball and vent? We could try it. I don't know where the vent goes. Is it supposed to connect to his cage? Is that why he did that? Pie scream. It is very ball-shaped, for sure. Just like, oh, pour grease down it. Okay, so the idea probably isn't that it connects to him then, right? Can I put the bunny in it? He likes the bunny. Gun invent. Well, I don't have knives, so I might as well try. I mean, like, I've used basically everything I possess with the vent. Except the things that I, like, can't pick up. And I guess the key, but that doesn't seem right. I definitely didn't correctly understand whatever the takeaway was from opening that vent. Which is a bit of a hindrance to me succeeding at the game. Does it have... Can I pick up the can? Keyhole. Keyhole. Eva. Can I, like, do the thing I was talking about earlier? Can I, like, make a gumball mold of the lock? Can I help dog? I mean, this didn't work before. I don't know. Can I grease you up? Just for fun, can I, like, grease this guy up? I mean, you can't... Keep in mind, you can't combine items. That's how we had the whole pie issue. So we can't use, like, 2 items in our inventory unless we can, like, set one of them down to interact with using the other one. Big flaw in this game. I mean, it's always a choice. And sometimes you don't notice it. You definitely notice it in this particular installment. So I can't leave out the front door, which seems fine and obvious. I used my only fortune cookie, huh? I could feasibly give the wrench back to the digging dog. I don't know what that would do for me. Oh! Sure, okay. You. Oh, we gotta grease him up. Grease me up, 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 up. Glorp. It's like the first time the dog has, like, not been friendly. Why did you do this? Yeah, like, I don't know. I kind of thought it was trying to tell me it was dog size, but it doesn't look dog size.
Was looking for you. Enjoying the fair? Oh, I see. you'd like to have a go on the ride. Well, I don't know. Where the heck's Gromit? He should be showing you around. No, well, I suppose I can take a break. Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know if they let dogs on board, Twitch. Steady on. I know it's not fair, Twitch, but you can always ask. Easy there, boy. Got quite a bit of strength for a little fella. Blinkin' Nora. You mean poor Gromit's inside the ride? What happened, lad? Monty Muzzle?
It was a very knowing look.
Twitch, you better stay out of sight. I've got to see about getting Mr. Muzzle to shut down his ride.
They've subverted our expectations.
Seems to be in order here. Nothing to report. Woohoo!
Big help as always.
That blooming Bobby has been up there for an hour or more and won't get off. Says he's carrying out an inspection, but he won't find anything untoward on any of my rides. Everything's above board here.
You only have one ride, and I know it's dog powered.
Of course.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. Your ride's had a spot of mechanical trouble, I see.
Oh, no, that's nothing.
Nah, it's supposed to be broken.
Inner mechanics still run like clockwork.
Oh.
Had to institute a weight limit, though.
Oh, right.
Any heavy hands bringing things to a halt.
What'd you call me? Listen, I can hear you, buddy. Yeah, that knowing look from Gromit speaks for it's like sometimes you'll see like jokes about, you know, like Lassie telling her owner about like the well or whatever, and it's just like, and then like you get like an entire like novella's worth of information from it. It's like, oh, I see. So you baked a fish and chips pie, and that gave you the last quadrant of the map you needed to find your dog friends. Of course, of course.
Hello, Duncan. Miss Flick.
What do you want, Wallace?
Well, I don't know how to say this, but,
Ah, come on. Up with it.
Duncan, let the poor man speak.
I think Mr. Muzzle has dog-napped Gromit.
Dog-napped? Oh, that's a good one. You mean to tell me that old Monty Muzzle, the charitable dog lover and second most sensitive, caring man at the fair, has swiped your mutt? Ha! Now that's rich.
Yes, I know it's.
How could someone who has created a traveling museum to his own vanity be anything other than like an upstanding citizen?
Like that.
Well, never mind then.
That went well. Pleased with that.
The would-be chomping champion.
Let me just Wallace my way over here.
Pie down his gullet. But the Major seems to have met his match.
Yeah, Keen, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
The contest hasn't ended yet.
Why, no, it's a last man woman standing competition.
Oh, who's winning?
Hide.
As if you had to ask, man.
By my count, the current leader by a thick crust is Mrs. Gavely.
Money.
Woohoo! And I'm relishing every bite.
God, I hope there's not relish in there.
Just getting warmed up.
We'll see about that. Mr. Wallace, would you mind bringing Paneer this slip of paper here when you've a moment?
Is it cheating? It might be time for that cheating no one mentioned earlier. You can't really examine stuff in these games either, which is interesting. So I suppose I'll just bring this to Mr. Paneer.
It's meat pies by dawn, and by heck, look at that crust fly.
Excuse me, Paneer. Mrs. Gabberly wanted me to give you this.
Ah, must be a message to read out for the fair. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. All fairgoers are cordially invited to attend Mrs. Vinnie Gabberly's victory celebrations.
Oh, dang!
Later this evening.
That's so rude. That's disrespectful.
That's everyone, including Major Crow.
That's extra disrespectful.
Humbled by defeat and pie fatigue.
That's even more disrespectful.
Suggestion. You'll regret the day you taunted a crumb.
Kid says, going well, hope you're doing well, and the game is proceeding nicely. Hugely into the game. Absolutely love this. You know, the world's on fire. I did a whole monologue recounting a relevant Twilight Zone episode plot. Oh, I see how to cheat at this. I don't know why I'd want to.
Look at these.
Really not sure why I'd want to cheat, but cheating is a staple of adventure games. Hey, no one look for a second.
Oh, the rest of me finished pies.
The rest?
Oh, my stomach told me I'd got through more than just these appetizers here.
You have to watch the VOD to see it. I recommend it. It also recounts the fable of the rooster. The rooster that wandered onto my property.
Too tickety-boo right now. I think I might have been outpied by the enemy.
And it seems the
I
Major
anti-cheated.
might be giving up, though he's only 9 pies behind.
9?
9 pies.
That's it. I capitulate. I surrender.
9 persons, 9 pies, 9 doors.
Pie fatigue.
Yippee!
And down goes the Major. Out for the count. Attaboy, Mrs. Gabbling. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you like pies, Panier's Purveyors of Peculiar Produce is open daily for all of your...
You can make a weird fish and chips pies with our ingredients.
I can't believe she beat me. I'll never be able to show my face in the officer's mess again.
I might argue that your face will be an officer's mess.
Perhaps you just bit off a bit more than you could chew.
Perhaps a man must
Shouldn't have had all those
know
biscuits, you
his
fool.
The only thing that can lift
Oh,
my spirits now
yes.
is a spin on that
Very good.
If you'll excuse me.
Yes, yes. Now that you're absolutely full of pie, please destabilize the ride. Like I said, I'm too easily influenced by food and games. Earlier I was craving puddings and strawberry shortcakes. Now I want pie and chips. Is there ever a time that pie and chips doesn't sound good, though?
Peculiar Produce. Just 2 minutes walk from this fairground.
Too heavy? Balderdash! I was only on her this morning.
Oh, just over our limit, I'm afraid.
It's like deep in the red.
You must have piled on pounds since then.
That blinking contest, and I'm a major, don't you know?
Aye, a major liability. So, you're banned, for safety's sake. Perhaps go for a jog or something, and work off some of that extra weight.
Work off several pounds of pie weight. So, the next question is, how do I sabotage that scale? Because as an adventure game protagonist, no scruples. I should probably go to town. I thought it was in the hitbox. If I get enough balloons, can I just, like, decrease his relative weight?
Always good for a lift. A balloon's good for raising spirits. A balloon's good for raising spirits. A balloon's good for raising spirits.
I don't know why, I really like the way he says
A
that.
balloon's good for raising spirits.
Yeah, I still only get one. But it's fun to click things. You understand. Can I, like, steal a magazine? No scruples. Maybe I can go back to my house? Are the dogs still in jail?
Good heavens.
Those are not good dogs. I think it's actually really funny that they established 2 dogs who are, like, not appearing in this chapter, more or less. But I do appreciate... Okay. So there's nothing in the house I need. Don't need to make another pie or anything. Is it as simple as 1 balloon to rule them all? Actually, even though I wasn't able to pick up anything as Gromit, maybe there's something else in the trash now that's relevant? Don't know what it would be.
Heavens above. Norbury Blue.
Of course, Norbury Blue! Oh, man. Aw, right in the face. Oh, God. These garbage people like me. No, that's not true. I can't even say that about myself. I wouldn't eat cheese straight out of the public trash. That's very upsetting. Maybe Wallace is willing to fry the balloon.
That won't help.
Says a quitter.
For all your favorite foodstuffs.
I'd be
Some you
cleared for
probably
takeover.
never knew existed.
A balloon, Major Crumb?
Who doesn't love a festive balloon? Used to tie the old balloon to our knapsacks when we were in the long grass to distinguish ourselves from the enemy.
That's a fun, terrible idea.
Perhaps you're ready for the ride now.
You might be right. I'm feeling lighter on the feet already.
That's shocking that that did that much.
You up? You'll be next.
Smashing. It's about time.
We gave him one balloon and it offset like literal pounds of weight. What is in that balloon? Suspiciously questioned.
When's Major Crumb's turn on the muzzler?
Who knows? The bleeding constable's been up there for ages.
Oh, I see. I have to convince him to come off as well, eh? I wasn't paying attention to the cutscene that triggered. I thought we were just, like, gonna do the thing. Can I not talk to him?
I say, Cooey, Constable Tibbins.
Cooey?
Carrying out a safety inspection of this ride's facilities. Woo!
Maybe if I commit a crime? What an interesting suggestion.
I'd like to report missing canine report.
Can't be interrupted, Wallace.
What sort of crime would most upset him so that he'd immediately want it off?
Pickle to preserve and fresh to frozen. Panier's peculiar produce has it all. Plus, we also sell umbrellas, beach balls, indoor barbecue equipment, and a full range of domestic fire extinguishers.
The Infiniflavor's been a rip-roaring success.
I feel like that's a Sam and Max, like, what is Bosco selling style joke. Umbrella and beach ball are things that would have been helpful in the previous chapter. The fire extinguisher may be foreshadowing.
Chock full of donations.
Yeah, if I just,
Muzzle doesn't seem like such the dog lover now.
But, like, say for example that we just, like, stole the money from the fair. Would that get the constable's attention?
Why would Muzzle go through the trouble of helping to raise all these donations?
I mean, come on.
Whether you want pakora, pies, puddings, or pomegranates, they're all available at Panier's Peculiar Produce.
Why does he speak on a loop? Is that relevant?
Still slaving over a hot microphone, eh, Mr. Pannier?
I reckoned it were a good opportunity to spread the word about me shop.
Next weekend, as purveyors of Peculiar Produce, we're having a sausage sale.
What?
Take the opportunity when you've got everyone's ear.
Sausage isn't produce. Why are you still eating?
Wondering if I could have a word.
Of course.
Maybe the extinguisher is needed to deal with the indoor barbecue equipment? Maybe.
Ooh, you mean robbing the rich to give to the poor? The scoundrel.
Neither are fire extinguishers. Yeah, but like fire extinguishers weren't. He said like as purveyors of produce, we're having a sausage sale, which is like an insane cause and effect.
Really reached in and brought out the philanthropists in us all.
Well, no, that's not what I meant.
Now don't be jealous, Wallace. You've helped raise plenty of money with your ice cream machine. You should be proud. Now, if you don't mind, I'll just be finishing my pie.
I don't have enough inventory items. I want more inventory
Panier's
items.
Peculiar Produce for all your favorite foodstuffs, and some you probably never knew existed.
Your duty is as neglected as an abandoned puppy. Oh, I've never abandoned Gromit.
Huh. That's a useful message.
Your hair could be mistaken for pirate's gold.
Hey, that's the one I used before.
Perhaps this one isn't for me. Your home smells of a patch of mold. Oh, we've the odd bit, I know, but it's not that bad. Your...
Okay. So, let's sow some chaos, I guess. So, like, if I gave her this, will she get mad because he got that line she liked about her hair from the fortune-telling machine?
We also sell umbrellas, beach balls, indoor barbecue equipment, and a full range of
I think
domestic...
he just doesn't understand produce. The majority of things he sells aren't produce. True. That's true. I still mainly just object to the fact that he's like, because I sell produce, sale on sausage.
That's not on.
What about the smelly one? What about, all about, the, like, duty one feels like it would be real swell to give the constable. Problem being...
Your duty is as neglected as an abandoned puppy.
Sorry, Wallace, can't hear you.
Shine Ronnie, use your outside voice.
And remember, whether you...
Oh, I'll give it to the guy with the... Yeah, he'll read out whatever you'd say to him, because he's an idiot. Yeah. He's Ron Burgundy?
This fairground.
Hello, Wallace.
A note, Mr. Panea.
Your duty is as neglected as an abandoned puppy. That's all.
Stop the ride. That's enough. Suppose I'd better get back to the station. Duty calls.
Wahoo! Tucked away!
That ride is not having as much fun as he is. It's me on every ride.
Heaven.
Major Crumb's carrying too much excess baggage. The ride's going to burst its seams.
We've been hit! Oh, my giddy hands!
Those poor dogs were trapped inside of that dreadful machine the entire
This is like literally the plot of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Where is that
This dude is Dr. Robotnik.
He was just here a moment ago.
I'm up and away.
It's that stupid button I couldn't use.
doing?
What is that?
It's Monty Muzzle!
And our money!
And Twitch!
Arrivederci! Monty Muzzle stock is on the rise.
What a tool. What a maroon.
This is no time to jettison the cream, Gromit. We don't do floats. What'll it be, lad? One swoop or two?
Oh, good show.
My god, the boss fight is us in like a rocket-powered ice cream truck? How is it this has to be the best one in the series?
A few quid, and one unexpected runt richer. What do you say, boys? Think we can find work for this emaciated mongrel? That's what I thought.
I bet this guy wishes he had a stray rooster.
Oh, Knickerbocker glory!
He's got a head start, lad. We've got to find a way to close the gap.
Open the hatch. Can I make gun-flavored ice cream?
She's still operational even when she's airborne.
It's my favorite power thirst is gun. It needs a cone. I guess?
We're going as fast as we can, lad. She just doesn't have the welly power.
Knickerbocker Glory is an ice cream. Unsure if it's eaten outside the UK. I don't feel like I've heard of it, but then again, who knows? For some reason, the gum is a tempting option. Like it would make some sort of balloon for extra flotation.
Good thinking, lad. But that will only affect the taste of the ice cream, not the texture. She's still operational even when she's airborne. Somebody stop that balloon!
Who, just out of curiosity, who do you think would be doing that? Can I, like, get up on that thing? Yeah, climb through. Remove? Why would I remove that? I don't think I want to do that yet. I'm also not immediately sure why I want that. Ooh, make it taste like birdseed. That could do something. Because the chickens love that.
The old churning arm had its work cut out with that batch. Things are getting a bit sticky back there.
Now, why do I want that? Is the classic adventure game question after making some progress.
Oh, I can hear your gumball rolling around in there, lad.
I remain uncertain as to what I'm doing. Just give me a minute.
Don't worry, Gromit. We'll nab him. Just got to gain a little speed. Hey, looks like we've sold out of all our cones.
Of course we have.
Good news.
That means it'll just fire, right? Yeah. Okay. See, I was confused because that's what I thought the serve button was doing, and I didn't, like, get it.
We'll catch him now.
Okay. See, that makes sense. I just had a fundamental misunderstanding about what the big button was doing. Okay. This probably isn't where...
Crikey, we're still not close enough to rescue Twitch.
So they're still not... They're not in, like... If they're not in boarding distance, like, I can't throw stuff at them. So now that I've taken the lever off the thing...
I think it's going to be all chewing gum from here on.
Okay. Is Serve somehow doing something useful now? I don't understand what's going on there. Okay, so Scoop's not doing it. Starter pistol doesn't actually, like, shoot anything, and the guy who reacts to birdseed on serve arm, that's an interesting idea, but, like, how do I put it on there? Is there, like, another secret button? Which is a really confusing thought. I don't know what this would do. If I put the lever in there and then hit serve, I guess?
I think it...
No, it just doesn't like that at all. But there might be a code refill hatch. I haven't seen it yet. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's like a little weird that like I can't like face forward and do something from like the top of the truck.
No time for that.
I just don't get it.
I think it's...
I think I just want that in my inventory. I'm not sure what for.
That batch has gone chewy. Time to save Twitch.
Okay, so he's sort of suggesting I don't want to do anything up here. But I don't know what else to be doing. Pursue.
Face only a mother could love, eh, Gromit? Quite. A face only... Crikey, we're still not...
Pixel hunt, pixel hunt, pixel hunt, Ooh.
Careful, Gromit. Those lead-lined tires are costly, and they weigh a ton.
Well, there's your problem, ding dong. Oh yeah, it's like a tire iron. It's like a hex shape, so I'll just do this.
Ooh, now we've shed some pounds. I wonder what could have been that heavy.
Let's not worry about that.
Bunch of free lead-lined tires. Those didn't come cheap, you know. And
Yeah, as
how
Demolition
would I
points out, I
come
wouldn't
without
want to...
any undercarriage?
We have an undercarriage. It's just not made of lead.
My engine, will they? I can still outrun them with the wind at my back. Hey, they've run out of lift. Sorry, my little twitching bag of bones, but no one's coming to save you now.
Wrong again, ding dong. Borf? Oh, look at him. He's trying to help us. He could just try to jump over, but he wants to get the money back. Well, I'm gonna assume that, like, the chickens will, like, fight me. What if I, like...
Talk about feeling peckish.
Come on. Barely tried.
It's too far.
Do I want to, like... Still don't think the ice cream machine works, does it? Does it work again?
You're not taking my hard-earned charitable donations.
That's interesting. I'm still using the wrong lever for that.
We've served our last scoop of useful ice cream, lad.
So it's all about using the arm to pick him up. But I gotta do something to give less resistance. Can we use gun on him? Yeah, maybe he doesn't know it's the starter gun? No, okay. I mean, can I throw, like, birdseed on him and they'll attack him?
Hey, easy. You've already been fed today. Ow! Get away!
That's not how animal works, necessarily.
Now, listen, chickens.
Oh god! Okay, well... that solves that. Backing him. Look closer. Serve the dog. I don't know that.
Lucky grab, Gromit.
I mean, I guess it's good that he didn't die, but like, It felt very close to the game night thing I've only seen out of context of like, yes! Oh no, he died!
Race for impact.
Those poor chickens. Nani?
Help, Gromit. Muzzle's mustache has gone flat.
What the heck? This went weird.
This is all your fault, dog.
Don't lose
Ooh,
that
money.
arm, Gromit. Nothing a little glue can't fix.
Get the, like, engine. Get a chicken, like Legend of Zelda. Or, like, smack a chicken for some unknown reason.
Now look what you've done, you beastly animal.
No, get the money, though.
Oi, come here, you. Give that back right now.
This chicken is all up in my business. He doesn't like the bit of money, but he likes the bag of money. Can I interact with Wallace and not the mustache? Can I interact with the chest? No. Can I interact with... What if I, like, throw the money onto the propeller? Let, like, scatter it and make him do something crazy?
You for walkies ever again. You'll be very careful with that. Careful, I said. No! My money! Oh, my beautiful money!
That was probably a poor decision on his part. Yeah, I'm gonna need this. Okay, the chicken is once again ruining my style and my ease. Oh, he won't pick that up, huh? That seems like a really obvious thing to do. Oh, he just doesn't need the arm, I guess, for some unexplored reason. Okay.
Quick! We could do with some more air. It should hold us for just long enough.
They might have flown too high and suffocated in the atmosphere. Happened to many a bomber in the war.
And all to save a poor defenseless puppy. Who would have thought Wallace was so selfless and brave?
Aye, but more importantly, that blinking fairground villain still got our cash. He's due a soak in the mouth and a kick in the head.
In the mouth?
Honestly, Duncan, the last
Was that like his
thing we need is
Luke?
more violence. We need heroes.
Look, he's used his beard. What on earth is that? It's a
giant mustache.
There's a Super Bowl commercial about this.
You're alive.
Yes, and saved by a whisker. Something of a close shave, eh, Gromit? Oh.
He said the thing. He landed directly in the jail. Very stupid, very cartoon. Oh, and now the dogs are gonna be his comeuppance. That's very good. That's actually very clever.
These poor pups won't go homeless after all, Gromit. Me and Mr. Gabley would be thrilled to take them in.
No, we wouldn't.
Pack down, you misery guts.
Great. Yet another mouth to feed.
3 mouths.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Gromit, feel free to pop by for walkies anytime you like. Your friends will always be here. Ooh, that little
I wonder if they'll actually, like,
the hero.
be interactable in the fourth one.
Trouble from now on.
Wallace! Oh, that was a feat of incredible bravery.
Oh, it was nothing, Miss Flit, really. All in a day's work for Gromit and me. Couldn't let Muzzle run off with our twitch.
We did utterly destroy our ice cream truck, though.
You is 1 in a million man, Wallace. Your courage, your selflessness, your aerial acrobatics. You could have been killed, yet you saved the poor whippets, apprehended the monstrous Monty Muzzle, and saved everyone's fortunes. You're a true hero to the town.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Miss Flit. Now, if only I could find the piece that...
I feel a little awkward asking you this, Wallace, but I was wondering...
With a bit of elbow grease, I'm sure Gromit and I can have this up and running again by Christmas.
Wallace, I have a proposal for
Now, I
you.
wonder where this goes.
Oh,
Nani?
Wallace!
Yes?
A proposal and a ring! How shocking!
I beg your pardon, Miss Flit.
Oh, I'm so polite. Now, calm yourself, Felicity.
Is this real?
Will I, Felicity Flit, marry you?
She's proposing to herself.
Wallace?
What?
Pull yourself together, Felicity, my girl. You mustn't rush into this. I'm honoured that you would have me as your bride, Wallace. But I must think it over.
Okay.
I shall give you my answer
okay.
within the week.
Gulp? That's wild. That's a very peculiar... That's wild. That's certainly not the cliffhanger I would expect for the final installment of this. Yeah, I mean, okay, that one feels a little bit shorter than the other ones, but I think that's kind of just because I was vibing really hard with all the stuff going on in the fair for the most part. I think I just got less stuck than the others. Even the prologue section was a little more straightforward. No, I mean, that's the cliffhanger for the final installment. So there is one more, and clearly it will have something to do with trying to sort out the accidental proposal that happened. I just mean, like, I don't know that they had like, I guess they had teases at the end of the last one, at least, where, like, Monty showed up. But, like, I don't know, that's just, like, that's a bigger plot point to go unresolved at the end of a chapter than I would have expected. But, like, I don't know. I like that a lot. I think this really made good use of the dog characters that they introduced. They were a lot of fun. And then, you know, I feel more motivated than, like, an average adventure game to, like, save Twitch the dog, because he's a good boy who wanted to help us and who likes the rabbit toy best. So, like, we had to save him. Yeah, the dogs are really good, and they factor in, like, right away. The prologue to this was definitely the best of the three we've played so far. And, like, you know, like I said, I'm a sucker for, like, a carnival or, like, a theme park sort of thing. I like messing with, like, the fortune-telling machine and, like, rigging the games, and I probably could have done with more doing some of the wrong answers for comedic effect, like having Mr. Paneer read the wrong stuff, or, like, trying to give, what's-his-face, the Scotsman, like, bad tips for dating. But, like, honestly, I just felt really motivated to, like, try and finish it because I wanted to save Twitch the dog. The rabbit toy was very important. It doesn't... Its presence is important. It helps early on. Does he need bad tips for dating? No, but we gave him, like, a good tip, like an extremely good tip, because it involved Pirate's Gold. But, like, we probably could have gotten some funny, like, we suggest a line to him, he says it to Felicity, and then she does not approve. I mean, considering that the line that was successful, like, still didn't go over that well, I bet the other options would definitely be worse. Although it's entirely possible that, like, he would just, like, read it, know that it's bad, and not proceed. Like, that seems at least equally likely. But, like, yeah, I don't know. Just make good use of its characters and the setting, and it does all the things I really like about the early Telltale games. That even, like, the third season of Sam & Max, I think, had... I don't know if lost sight of is appropriate, but, like, had stopped doing. Do we get a tease, or does the game crash? We don't. We got, like, a... We got, like, a tease last time, right? I swear the sync is still off. People said it was fine. I mean, I'm not, you know... I don't know, maybe fixing it for 2 hours is easier than fixing it for less. Still seems fine? Alright. We'll see in post. I get to be lazy about it, because I got the higher percentage of the weekend to care about it. You know, that was a lot of fun. That's definitely my favorite so far. I mean, I was impressed with the first one, and the fact that both the second and third have seemed incrementally better than the previous one is impressive to me. This is still, like, relatively early in, like, Telltale design, so they were certainly, like, learning how to, like... I love it. It was for, like, 5 seconds, I was like, no, it's totally busted. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's been busted for, like, 2 hours. It's fine. I can figure it out. But yeah, I mean, I'm just impressed that, like, you know, I don't want to be unduly mean to the Blackwell saga, but, like, you know, I had mixed feelings about basically, like, every one of those. And, like, those were games that were refined over, like, a decade. So, like, even having the Telltale tool or whatever in place and, like, making the stories a little bit better, but, like, pretty objectively better. Like, I don't think it's simply that I've liked the themes more, although I have probably increasingly liked the themes as well. I don't know. I have felt like each one of these segments has had, like, the correct, like, formula and tone to, like, feel like an extension of the Wallace and Gromit universe. So, like, it, you know, as someone came in and, like, asked at one point, like, does it feel like playing, like, a short? Like, it really, to me, it does. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I've just been really impressed so far. Like, yeah, there's a little wonkiness to the interface, but, like, even good adventure games sometimes make, you know, as I said, it's always a choice whether you can, like, combine stuff in your inventory or not. It's, like, a really basic and important choice to, like, how your adventure game works. And, you know, often if you don't allow that to happen, you'll have one of those puzzles, like, trying to put ice cream on the pie. But, like, in the scheme of things, like, I don't know. Little things like you have these, like, Nickelodeon things with his, like, life story in them, and, like, one of them sort of tells you, like, the way to win the contest, but not in a super overt way. And then even, like, finding the ingredients to do it if you knew what you were looking for right away is kind of obtuse. Like, I don't know. It was just the right amount of convoluted. I don't know. I enjoyed that a lot. I'm looking forward to the last one. I genuinely have a hard time imagining that it will be better than the third one. But I'm excited to see, and I imagine it will probably still be good. Now, as a reminder for those who weren't here last week or at the start of this stream or whatever, there's no stream tomorrow. Celebrating a friend's birthday and kind of just don't want the distraction. The last one, gosh, I looked it up today, but I don't remember what the name of the last one is. I think it's like something really straightforward and, like, not a pun or anything. Yeah, but we should be back next week. I think that, well, I don't know. It's funny, like, some of the people I watch on, like, YouTube and Twitch have been, like, playing games that like I kind of want to play and stream myself, and so I have been unable to sort of like engage with stuff I'd normally be watching. There's something called like, I think it's called The Root Trees Are Dead, and then there's also, I don't know how to pronounce it, but like Me-Side, the like weird like virtual girlfriend gone wrong. I might try to start one of those next week. Or I might do Bellatro. It might depend on how terrible next week is. Pronounced Me-Side right? Okay, good. Yeah, I haven't seen much about root trees, but the little I saw seemed like something I would like, so I didn't want to research it, because those types of games, it's really easy to spoil something. Like when Demolition and I were playing through Immortality, there was a point where like he just sort of like went to check like for some like early Let's Play footage kind of stuff of like what other people were doing to like just see what other people's experiences were like, and he said he like almost immediately like saw something that was like a spoiler, because the game is really non-linear and it's very possible to just take a different route for it. It's just like, I feel like a lot of those like narrative games can do stuff like that, even if you're just looking at like trailers and stuff. Ooh, some of the images are AI generated. You hate to see that. You really do. That's really unfortunate. What is it you like about the game you've been playing with Cotillion? What drew you into it? Well, it's by the same creator who did Her Story and Telling Lies. And I know, like, I'm not a huge fan of Telling Lies. I streamed that one, and I don't think most people were, like, super into it. I think it's definitely the worst of the three. But, like, I really liked Her Story when it came out, and it has, like, a similar overall premise. Like, basically, Immortality is the premise of it, and I think you have to, like, manually engage with this on the main menu. But, like, it tells you this information from the start of like, the idea is there's this famous actress, Marissa something, and she's like famous for starring in these like 3 movies, but like they all had like complications going on behind the scenes that like prevented them from being released. And after making the 3rd movie, she like disappeared and was never heard of again. And so like you have this database of like footage, a combination of like stuff that was, well, I thought Ambrosio was released, but I started watching this 2-hour thing, or 2 hours of the 10-hour thing, and I think he was reading straight off that main menu thing and said all 3 of them weren't released. And I was like, I thought Ambrosio got released. I might have to like go look it up again. But I have like 7.5 more hours of like that video to watch. It's by a guy called Flawed Peacock, if you want to find it. I'm really into it so far. But so basically in Immortality, you're sort of presented with the mystery of like trying to figure out what happened to this actress by like digging through like production footage and like rehearsals and table reads and even like on-set interviews, just like any footage that might have existed for these 3 projects. And like you're kind of you're both trying to figure out what happened to her and also trying to sort of piece together the stories of the movies themselves, because like that sort of informs some of the things going on behind the scenes. But it's like really interesting. There's like many layers to the way the story works, where like sometimes you learn something really important about the actress's life or a relationship between people on set because like they kept the camera rolling after a take ended and someone just says something like offhanded and it's really important. And like there's just I don't know, it's really, really interesting. The storytelling is really interesting. I think it's a really I think it manages to successfully be a pretty big step up in like interface, even though it's definitely not perfect. It like uses this like AI adjacent concept where like, whereas in Her Story, I think Telling Lies also did this. I remember it less well because I didn't like it as much. It didn't leave as much of an impression. But like in those games, you would like search a database to like find clips based on like some kind of criteria you put in. in this, you like match cut between similar concepts. You'll click on like an element of the set decoration or an actor's face or like a prop, and the system will try to match it to something similar. And sometimes its definition is ridiculously bad, but like, I somehow never, after playing the entire game, I somehow never got that Ambrosia was never released, and that made me insane. And this is exactly why I needed to watch a 10-hour video about the game. But like, yeah, one of the tricks to Immortality is that there are a lot of very like mature elements to it. And as Katuun was joking the last time we played it, there are elements of it where like, if you were to like play it on stream or something, you would get in trouble, and people have, to my knowledge. So that was like why I ended up sort of pulling the trigger to play it off stream. But like, I really like it. I recommend it, but it does have like a big like collection of content warnings on the homepage of the game. So take those seriously, but like, if that still sounds good, I think it's a really good, interesting game. Does it have blank field searching secret? No. I'm not even sure that it has. I mean, like, there's a funny thing about Her Story that I learned recently, that in the game Her Story, if you like enter Her Story as search terms, it will like give you like really end game information. But like, I don't know that there's not exactly an equivalent in this. I will say that if you are very diligent and insightful, you could leapfrog over the type of progression I found early in that game. But I like Immortality a lot. I'd give it like at least a 9 out of 10. I have to like stew on it more. I think objectively, at least, it's a 9 out of 10. I like it a ton. Personally, I'd probably give it like a 10 or like a 9.9. I like it a lot. If you search with a blank field, it'll pull up the videos in order for ones you haven't labeled. I was pretty sure if you searched blank in Her Story, it just showed you the first ones in order. Do you have to like put like a space in the field or something? Is that what generates it? Anyway, yeah, I know I've mentioned it a couple times, and Neko asked about it, but like, I like Immortality a lot. There's a lot of things that are cool about it. One thing that's really fun about it is that it is basically like 3 movies with some dessert. So like, there's something really interesting about trying to like piece together the 3 movie stories, and like, there's very few things that like work that way. It's like the act of watching the 3 movies themselves are their own mystery in a way that's like really appealing to someone like me. But also I think there's just like a lot of interesting like themes and ideas and just general stuff going on. And by and large, the acting throughout is like very strong. But yeah, that's enough of me stalling to pad out the stream. I have enough trouble figuring out when the hiccup happened, but probably not really. So it's Valentine's Day. It won't surprise you that I have a lot of like love-themed friends out here. I happen to have a history of liking the Valentine's Day Squishmallows very much, so they're out in full force. I think this is all the ones I have. My organizational system's even worse off than usual. But I also have my graduation bear and Octohat, who looks a little extra grumpy today. So get your guesses in, because somewhere behind these chaps is some number of secret Squirtles, and if you're able to locate a Squirtle hidden in this fashion, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. Because we live in the Twilight Zone episode, It's a Good Life, we could all use that luck. So yeah, I'll give you all a second to consider that. By the way, trying out a new Tumblr, because the old ones have degraded in a way. It has like iridescent coloring and weird like finger grips. going for a test drive. It's got a thing in Discord that will likely be ending our Stars TTRPG. Apparently people in the game aren't happy with how it's going. That's rough. Sometimes that just happens. You never know. Love the iridescence. It makes it 100% magical. It does strike me as sort of like a potion container. Like, it does seem more magical. I legitimately thought the same thing. All right, let's start where I don't have to get up. Here is Graduation Bear, who's sitting on top of our angry black octopus. He, of course, had a Squirtle himself, but that's not all. There's also a Squirtle in here. Now, this may be an indication to those of you who are used to this game as to where we're going with this. Are we able to get the same 100% juice apple in Florida? I think it's slightly different, but I honestly can't tell. As my mom pointed out, if you check the inventory for Publix, it presents this apple juice as 100% juice apple, but it has a different label. But it could just be that it's like a white label thing. They could easily be coming from the same factory. I like Graduation Bear too. He's very soft, and I don't think I've appreciated him enough over time, which is why I've put him out a lot lately. He's been making me happy. Had some really, I think all the guesses were the top shelf, which actually doesn't surprise me very much at all. Angry Octopus is also good. I mean, there's no shortage of excellent friends on display today. I am very especially partial to the Valentine's Day crew. Speaking of, our pseudo mascot Carlos, he's got himself a Squirtle. He's also Clawson. And my favorite romantic pair, as demonstrated on my choice of shirt for today, they also have themselves a pair of Squirtles, because how could they not? Really love Donut Dragon. Yeah, I'm very fond of Donut Dragon too. And I think at this point it won't surprise you to know that there's a Squirtle back there also. I mean, why wouldn't there be? This one, when I saw the Donut Dragon in the store, I was like, it is a dragon that is Valentine's Day themed and also is holding a donut? I must immediately have this. What's her name? Her name is Celestina. Celestina, and her wings and her ears and her horns, they're all sparkly, which is hard to tell from a distance. It is a pretty name. It seems suited for a sparkly dragon. So thanks everyone for watching and spending your Valentine's Day with me. This was a really fun stream, and I think this will be a fun one to have around. I don't know. I feel like everything about this was good, even my rant in the beginning. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. Though we're not streaming tomorrow, we should be back normally on both Friday and Saturday next week. Same time as always, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, until at some point that probably changes. But for now, we're sticking with it. I haven't decided. I think next Saturday we will definitely play the last Telltale Wallace and Gromit. I think I'm going to leave it up to how difficult next week is. If things are going well, I will probably start one of those games I mentioned, either Me-Side or The Root Trees Are Dead. On Friday, or if things are not going well and I'm not able to find the time to sort that out, maybe another week of Balatro before probably starting 2 new games. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you have enjoyed and had a happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourselves in the meantime, and remember that you are Clawsome.